Okay, we are live.
Welcome to Session 6 of our Earthfall GURPS campaign. I am Gigermann, today's GM. Slightly undercaffeinated and overheated.
Hello, Gigermann.
I think that's about true of all GMs.
That may be possibly slightly underprepared. But I've had worse. Do we have any business to attend to before we start officially?
I have 3 points that probably means I want to spend them.
Yeah, I have 5. I've been trying to determine what I want to do. I contemplated bumping my basic speed or my basic move. Contemplated holding on to it to try to get more. I don't know!
Funny how that happens.
I also have to try to, come up with a legitimate explanation for why my basic speed would suddenly improve.
Scared a lot?
I'm developing superpowers.
Tapping into his alien ancestry.
Yeah, but they're supposed to be short, kind of heavy warmers.
Well, he's not like super tall. Well, if we don't have anything else, I am debating how to do this. I think I am going to do that.
Is there grounds for Damien to spend some points in observation?
I would think so.
Nope, you have to pick up disadvantage. You're blind now. We told you not to look at the light.
No. My mum told me not to do that, otherwise I go blind. Alright, I'm going to spend some points in observation then. I'll raise that.
So be it. With that said, having just arrived at the Jackson Preppers Fallout Bunker and attempted to gain entry, the Sci-Fi Book Club finds itself being fired upon by its crazed owner. But before we get into that, we're going to do a little flashback.
Oh God, everything's getting wobbly.
Diddly-dee, diddly-dee, diddly-dee.
Guys, I'm seeing the world in sepia.
So,
drugs are bad.
A number of years ago that I have not actually determined, Damien was a driver at Mawson Station in Antarctica when he first met she who must not be named, his future ex-wife, a visiting American researcher. There were many instances of him driving her out to some remote location for reasons under the cover of legitimate research. Many photos were taken. Those photos were brought to America when he followed her there to be married. When things eventually fell apart, she left, taking all her stuff with her, including the Antarctica photos. However, Damien later went to look over the wedding photos and discovered the containers had been mislabeled, so he actually still has those Antarctica photos. While at Grandfather's bunker, while researching, Damien saw reports of enemy activity in Antarctica, including possible evidence of an underground alien base in the general vicinity of Mawson Station. This triggered an old memory that some of his photos were taken in or near the region indicated, and some elements so recorded under this new information could then be interpreted as hard evidence of alien involvement.
Why do we care about alien involvement now? Everybody knows we're getting attacked by aliens.
Right, but this is specific intel about a base or something like that in Antarctica.
Great. We're going to go to Antarctica next, guys.
Sweet.
Pack
your thermals.
That'd be so cool.
That is what Damien suddenly realized that we needed to go back to Buffalo to get, because we have corroborating evidence of alien bases or some such in Antarctica.
Cool. Alien base attack. We need to get the rest of the XCOM team, though.
One thing at a time, man. Okay, so number 2 element we need to deal with here is Damien and Wells went into the farmhouse, to look to see what they could find about the owner. And I had said that he was in the Navy and that he was an engineer. That was not 100% correct. He was in the Navy. But the little bits and pieces that you were able to find seemed to show him as a satellite technician of some kind, like an operator. And there was also references to a private company called Tagurato, which was clearly post-Navy, given the photos. He's older in those photos. But you don't have anything more specific than that, other than it's somehow satellite related.
Is the name of this company going to be relevant? If so, type it in chat.
Who knows? Element number 3 we need to deal with here is, for your record, you have 18-gallon tank in the truck and 2 10-gallon jerry cans, which, with your roughly 10 miles per gallon on the truck, gets you 380 miles. You have currently used 174, but you had siphoned a bit on the way, so I am calling it at 225 miles remaining.
Does Mr. Prepper have gas on premises?
You do not see a tank.
Does he have vehicles on premises?
There is a vehicle on premises, which I will get to depending on where I put it. He has that vehicle. You do not know if it is functional at the moment. The red on the side is paint.
Uh-huh.
Looks like bug to me.
And there was one other thing. So you guys had poked around trying to get into the hatch on the side. I basically had to go dig around and find an image, and that was the best I could get. I will say that it is embedded in a concrete frame, so you couldn't actually get the crowbar under it. In this image, it's actually slightly open. But if you took some time, you could probably break up the concrete, get in there. But you did see through the window that there was, in fact, a very serious padlock on that thing on the inside. So you'd have to defeat the two of them.
I have a knife for that.
Potentially. Oh, speaking of that, so, what were you using for the actual weapon / tool itself?
I don't understand your question.
Did you create that as an item?
No, I haven't been using it as an actual
Okay.
weapon. Because it's jury-rigged, and I didn't want to try that. I was just using it as a tool right now.
Well, I was going to say then that it is effectively going to be monomolecular, and I would consider it cheap as far as breakage and stuff goes.
Yep, that's why I'm not going to use it as a weapon unless it's the last resort.
And it's probably going to decay at some point.
No, I refuse to let that happen.
Having established those things, it is Wednesday, the 19th of August, around 2 p.m. And shots have rung out as Damien and JP approach the bunker entrance. Where John has used
getting out of the way.
Where John has used the alien jaw to cut open the window.
Ah! He shot at us. You should shoot back, Reese.
Hold your fire! Hold your fire! We're just here to help the girl. We understand there are aliens, and you may actually have some answers that might help us defeat them.
Shane, who is also with you at the bunker, yells out, "Stop shooting, Howard!"
Howard, we're not here to hurt anybody.
Shane,
and you're right, there are aliens.
Shane, ready. You remember me, right?
Start shooting more.
There's some silence at the bottom of the stairwell, and then a voice calls out, "I thought you moved to Cody." "I did. I'm back."
Not much left of Cody there.
Cody got invaded. We're all that's left, or most of what's left.
Yeah, that's really going to encourage him to come out.
"Howard, I told these guys you had a lot of guns, and you probably don't need all of them. I'm sure we could probably work something out." Howard, or who you assume to be Howard down below, says, "Kind of wish you hadn't done that, Shane."
Got a medic. You can have him.
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry, that just broke me. Yeah, we're like, yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll trade the medic for some guns.
It's a joke, Howard.
"Is it all right if we come down, Howard?"
Or if you feel more comfortable, we can talk right here. Just don't feel like getting shot today after all this other craziness that's already happened.
Maybe let the girl go.
We've got the sheriff with us. It's like,
My name's Reese, Howard. How you doing?
you're at Jackson County? I don't recognize you.
I'm Park County.
Aren't you a little out of your jurisdiction?
I get a lot of that these days.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking, have we ever gone to anywhere where somebody hasn't said that?
Let's see your badge.
I guess I'll, if I toss it down to you, will I get it back at least?
You don't need to toss it. You can just lift it up and let him see it.
Well,
Hold
may
it, hold
wanna-
it by the bare fingers, just
Yeah.
in case.
just in case if I lose anything, it'll only be a finger or two.
You can like
I'll show him the
strap
badge,
an
sure.
explosive on it and throw it at him.
So the air is not contaminated.
Not yet, but they do seem to be trying to terraform.
All right, give me a minute. You're gonna have to decon.
I look at Heinlein like, oh, I know. Okay, I now understand that term. I guess he would have gone through some kind of chem class as a cop.
Oh, sure.
Nowadays, that being one of those,
Well, I ain't going
Mass
in there
casualty.
with this dude.
Well, here, hold my rifle. I'll go down. All right, I'm coming down. I don't. Please
well-
don't shoot me.
There's a minute or two. You don't know what's going on down there, but a bit later, you hear the door chinking open again down below. It says, and then he comes up the stairs and unlocks.
Like, you have 10 minutes, and then I'm going to be cutting my way in with this thing that we took from a bug.
I nod at you like,
As he's unlocking the upper door, he's looking out the window bit, or what's left of it. How the hell did you get that open? What did you cut it with?
found some
Ancient
kind of
Arapaho secret.
old Indian trick.
He can kill you with his mind.
Oh, it's an OIT.
All right, so he opens the door and cracks it open a little bit, kind of pokes his head through and looks around at everybody.
And we
Like-
shoot him. I'm sorry.
God, there's a bunch of you. All right,
We just figured we'd
Come on.
see if there's anything you can do to help.
so there's a fairly long stairway going down, and a heavy door down at the bottom, and he lets everybody through.
Well, like I said, I'm not planning on going down there. I'm not taking my kid down there. I'm gonna give Reese 10 minutes to talk this dude into sanity, and then I'm gonna be cutting my way in further. Might send Robert though, because Robert might like, oh, hey, do you have alcohol?
Yeah, if you need a companion,
He
got a Robert.
He did ask if you guys found any booze in the house. No, I'm gonna stay up here and guard the truck. Yeah,
I don't trust him.
I don't know why.
So
All right,
we're
so,
relying on you guys.
So who's going down? Reese, JP, Damien, Shane. Reese taking Woola down.
And John, you're definitely staying up, right? Okay, good name you'll go down.
That's a good question. I'm not sure. Probably. I mean, I don't see why not.
Howard is carrying an AR with him.
I just have my sidearm and back up. I leave my rifle up there.
Wow, sweet place. What resolution graphics do you have this on?
Oh, we built it a long time ago. It's only 1080p. Once you guys get down, he'll say, yeah, you guys can grab a seat wherever you like. He yells out to whoever's back there and says, yeah, you can come on out now. And the previously encountered female is there. Mid-20s, probably, dark-haired. Introduces herself as Michelle. And she kind of stays out of the way while Howard discusses the situation with you guys. So he'll basically come out and ask, all right, what's going on out there? We haven't gotten any radio traffic at all.
Well, I'll tell you straight, and then I'll give him the what we saw and what we've encountered on our way here.
Alien?
We got the story.
I don't know if I won't mention anything about John being an alien, nor that his grandfather was alien. Just the part where we came down, what happened in Cody, what we've encountered in the right way, but leaving out the grandfather bit. And
so we got this storytelling montage where the music is playing and you're just over there gesticulating wildly and everybody's nodding or...
The problem is you're not actually saying anything, because once the music goes down, he's going to go, sorry about that. I didn't hear a thing you said.
I totally spaced.
Stupid speakers, man.
Now, one of the first things as you start going in on the aliens is you see that he kind of relaxes a little bit, says, I knew it. And he'll start going off on his own little storytelling bit where he's telling you about when he worked with satellites and they spotted something out in the ocean, and he got drummed out of the Navy because of that, because they were covering it up. And he knew it was Martians. And when he says Martians, you don't hear the quotes around it.
I can't confirm that anything we've seen makes us think Martians for sure, but definitely extraterrestrials. Whatever you want to call them.
So what are you guys doing about it?
Well, frankly, what we've been able to piece together is there's some kind of conspiracy that leads us to believe that there might be some forces at play in and around the Cheyenne Mountain area that may actually be capable of doing some kind of fighting back against them. So our intent is to get down around that way and see what we can do.
Did you
maybe even join and help?
So you talked about Cheyenne Mountain and all that too?
I don't put in the part where or how we got that information. I'm trying to keep that vague.
So you basically tell him you came across intel that led you to believe there's some kind of
Right.
Project Genesis at Cheyenne Mountain, and you're going there to bring evidence.
He's going to transform into an alien, and you're going to have to kill him.
Okay.
So what kind of evidence do you have?
There are multiple copies already. You know what? I'll pull out one of the data cubes. It's like, we found this. Some kind of positronic photonic data storage device.
God, man. Yeah, so he'll take that and look at it and just you could see he has no idea what the hell that is. And this guy knows some electronics. So he says it's a storage device. Hey, you guys want a beer? Suddenly realize it's been really, really hot outside, and the AC down here in this bunker works.
Sure.
So he's pretty open at this point, and he stops for a minute, drinks a bit of beer, and so what do you need from me?
Well, Shane led us to believe that you might be able to possibly provide us some kind of armament in case we encounter more resistance on our way to Cheyenne Mountain.
And Shane's like, well, you got so many in there, you surely don't need all of them. I mean, you could probably part with a few. You can only use one at a time.
While they're all talking, can Damien sort of try and subtly, distance himself from the conversation and go talk to the girl?
I tell you what. Are you trying to be subtle, or are you just going and hoping he doesn't notice?
Well, as the conversation's going on, Damien, he's not going to be like tiptoe sneaking sort of thing, but he wants to, go over and like fairly casual, so he doesn't draw the attention of the guy in case the guy is being, overprotective or something like that. So I don't know. I guess a stealth roll maybe.
Yeah, because I don't have a better idea. Let me see here. All right. He did not appear to notice you sidling off to the side. So let me break this out then.
It's going to be a map. Uh-oh. Oh. Dang, I was hoping
it is a map, but it's not.
I was hoping it was a proper map.
So yeah, you guys are down here in the living area. So she was off this way, which meant you had to have basically circled around behind him while he was talking to everybody. But you managed to pull that off, and she's just kind of staying out of the way.
So Damien will ask, is everything all right? You okay?
He's doing that. How you doing?
She kind of gives you the mental patient, yeah, everything's fine. It's all fine here. How are you?
The help scratched on the door. Was that you?
The what?
Someone scratched help on the door, right?
You're asking me that, or are you asking her that?
I'm asking the GM, just to confirm.
Yes,
there was help.
That was true. The that little side, the side entrance hatch, the window had it scratched on the glass, but it was partially covered by the little slide cover thing.
Okay, so yeah, the help scratched on the door. Was that you?
No.
Were you aware of the help scratched on the door?
No.
Is it just you two in here?
Yes. Although his daughter did live here like 2 years ago, but she died. Leukemia, I think he said.
We're not able to tell whether that scratching was, sort of fresh or not.
I'm not sure how you would tell.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I guess if it was really old, some dust and stuff would have probably settled in it.
Well, it's on the underside of the glass, so the dust probably wouldn't even settle in it much. I imagine eventually it would start to wear down a little, but yeah, I don't think you would have noticed anything. There would have been dirt and stuff on top of the hatch anyway.
Okay, so then Damien will say, if everything is not okay and you're just scared to say something, just wink at me. Or scratch your nose. Winking's probably probably not appropriate. Especially if he sees. So, scratch your nose.
She does in fact scratch her nose and say everything's just fine. There is no war in Ba Sing Se. No, she didn't actually say that last part.
Okay. Been nice talking to you. So Damien will sort of nod the acknowledgement, and he'll again try and unnoticed sort of get back to where he was sort of standing before.
Okay, well, so Howard is basically trying to figure out what can you guys give him to trade for weaponry and or ammunition or other supplies in a roundabout way.
I guess the better question is, what does he need that we might have?
Well, you haven't gotten the grand tour yet, but you suspect he's probably pretty well covered in here for the daily needs and that sort of thing. I wonder what kind of negotiation skills you got.
I have diplomacy. I'm not going to intimidate him.
it occurs to me that how do you do a read on somebody? Try to figure out what they need as far as mechanically goes.
Psychology?
Not observation. Psychology, yes. Psychology would definitely work. That might be the most obvious choice.
Shall I roll it out in the box? Or
I'm thinking if that needs to
elsewhere?
be perception based or something. No, I don't think so. Let's no, go ahead and make it open.
Woo!
If somebody else wants to roll it, you can do that. I don't remember if anybody else had it.
I do. Psychology?
Yeah.
Jeez, all these psych mages.
I deal with crummy people, so sometimes I gotta be able to figure them out before they shoot me.
Let's see. So, Wells, you do get the impression that he is the thing you realize that he doesn't have is information. He keeps asking questions. He keeps asking questions about the aliens and about the government and about conspiracies and about current events.
Maybe just some more information on what's going on might do it.
Or just pointing to the fact that we've provided information. We've given you something, information.
Well, you guys have pretty much dumped most of what you know. Did JP verbalize that, or were you just musing?
More musing, and then if I get the chance to take everyone aside, then I might verbalize it, but I wouldn't verbalize it in front of him.
Well, so Howard's going to say, well, I suppose I could show you guys around. Seems reasonable.
I'll make sure that I don't ever enter the same room with everyone. So if for whatever reason he decides he wants to trap one group in a room or whatever, there's always at least someone not trapped, if you know what I mean.
Oh, both of you that made the psychology roll will also have picked up on the he definitely shows signs of paranoia, like clinical paranoia.
Whee!
Damien is also looking this guy over to see if he is carrying any sort of concealed weapons.
Right now, his weapons are not concealed.
Right, but he's trying to find if there is any concealed weapons on him.
Well, you can't pat him down, so
No, that's why
you
we
can't do a proper search.
So I'm just visually looking for bulges or whatever.
Oh, good God. You're pretty sure he's got something in his pocket.
At some point during this tour, Damien's going to try and get Reese aside and basically tell him that, things are not okay with the girl. I managed to talk to her for a moment, and she indicated things were not good. though she claimed the help was not scratched by her. Apparently this guy had a daughter that was here 2 years ago or something.
Yeah, Shane is gonna be walking around on the tour. He's already seen all this stuff before. He's like telling you all about the network wiring that he had to do back then to get the DirecTV satellite working. Not that it, amounts to anything now.
That's unfortunate. So, how long have you been in the bunker? Seeing as you,
So, we just came down here last Friday, and I was on my way back to the house when I heard something was going on, and I found Michelle out there in a car wreck off the side of the road, and I picked her up and brought her back here and got her fixed up. But we didn't want to go outside because figured the air was contaminated with all the attacks and whatnot.
well, actually, that's a good question. Does she seem like she might? Yeah. I mean, it'd be Jules is a EMT, and you said an accident. Do you mind if she gets a chance to look her over, if she's willing?
Oh no, she's fine. She's fine. I'm trained. She's wearing a brace right now on her leg. And she did have a bit of a limp, and you could probably see a bit of the brace printing underneath the jeans.
Well,
So,
I mean, and I'll also bring up. Well, I mean, the other option is we can always Oh, I'm trying to think. Do we
actual
know?
words.
I know. I'm trying to think how to bring up the daughter bit.
Is there anything in this place that would indicate maybe a daughter?
A
Photos,
daughter or
family photos, that sort of thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, as you guys are starting the tour, one of the first places he goes is off to the bedroom there, and kind of opens the door, and he doesn't actually walk through. He just points in there and said, "Here's this and that," and we recycle the water and yada yada yada. There are pictures all over the walls and stuff, and you can see a lot of his Navy stuff. You can see family pictures. He was clearly married at some point. You see pictures of daughter. Probably that's who that is. Much younger. But he doesn't actually go in, and he doesn't invite you in. And then he moves on to the next thing. But there are knickknacks all over the place, books all over the place, that sort of thing.
I'll kind of look over the list of books and that kind of thing. Just kind of peruse.
All right. Tell you what. You will. All right. So you're hanging out in the you're hanging out in the living room area, sort of
Yeah, I guess
half-ass following around. Not really.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to go from the bedroom over there. He's going to cross the way and show everybody the storage room there, and walk you back through, and eventually show you the gun room, which will be very impressive to you, I'm sure. In the meantime, Reese is poking through the books, and he picks up one, and a picture falls out of a girl, dark-haired, probably mid-20s, something like that.
Huh.
Let me see. While you, so what are you doing with that?
Is it? There's no date or anything or like markings on it. Like any indications of when the picture was taken. Name of the person who was. It is that kind of thing.
No, there's no writing on it. I don't think. Tell you what, while you are poking around there, first off, the tour goes to the gun room.
Well, that is certainly an impressive gun room.
Can I have the Browning?
You
I
know how you
know, I
should have
saw that too.
responded to the question mark when he's like, well, what can you give him for that? You should have said a bullet and shot him.
I see. That's the problem. If if I was being
Like,
murder
wait,
hobo,
what?
I would have just like pow. But I can't play that card here. I mean, he's not quite a wild animal.
So Howard's going to basically go around the gun room and sort of tell you a little bit about how he ended up getting all this stuff. That this belonged to my dad. This I got here and there, and that I got in the Navy, and yada yada yada. Which, under normal circumstances, would actually probably be a really interesting story. But meanwhile, back in the other room, Michelle has been sort of lagging behind because she's seen all this shit before too, and she happens to be standing outside the storage area when Reese finds that image.
I'll kind of look up at her and kind of give her. It's like, have you seen this?
She says, "Yeah, that's his daughter." And about that time, Shane has also been kind of lagging behind because he's seen all this shit before too. And he sees that picture and he says, "That's not his. I know that girl. Her name is Brittany. She went to school with my sister back when I lived here in Jackson. She went missing 2 years ago, and everybody just kind of figured she skipped town."
Dun dun dun. Stalker, serial killer. And I'm gonna guess that putting some, doing some, mental math, it's quite possible. It's like, oh, actually, that's what I'll ask her. I heard you were in an automobile accident. What color was your car?
Red?
Was it yeah? Did you see the truck that hit you?
She'll say, "Oh,
That's nicely
well,
phrased.
Says, no, Howard admitted that he had actually hit me in the car the night before the attack. He said he was driving home and he was drunk and he ran into me, and that's why he came out and rescued me and brought me back here.
Oh, there were no hospitals or anything between here and there?
Well, he wouldn't come out of the bunker. It was contaminated.
Do you feel like you've been contaminated?
That's right. She's irrevocably contaminated.
He says, everything's fine here.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se. Damn it, I need to watch those again.
I know, right? But she will very carefully make sure that he's not around and whisper very, very quietly, if anything happens, he will kill you all.
What sort of anything?
I'm trying to think. He's not. It's like, it's like I have a friend outside if you need to go right now, and I kind of,
If I leave here, you guys are dead.
I'm willing to take my chances.
Me
Just leave
too.
the door open.
And the twist is, she's the evil one, and he's...
I know, right?
Yeah.
What the twist?
She closes the door, hits a button, and the whole place, catches on fire. And she's like, I don't
promptly
know.
tells me, oh my god, the dude killed them all.
And it was actually him that scratched help on the glass.
Yeah,
Okay,
right?
You need to make this happen.
I'm kind of regretting having not considered that.
Dude is like trying to get somebody alone. He's like, help me.
Yeah, that's why he wants to try to get people alone and ask for help, not kill them like Rawl or something.
Well, Michelle
Because I can always play the I haven't seen her kind of, gag.
Michelle is very, very afraid of trying to leave at this point, and she's resisting the idea of getting outside.
Armed. It's like my friend outside is well armed, and you can go, and Woola will protect you. You can go with him or her.
All right.
Right, Woola?
You are going to need to make a roll.
Because she's about to kill you.
She may be about to kill you.
Yay!
I would be tempted to call that diplomacy. Unless you have a better idea.
Maybe leadership if you had that.
Yeah, I have
depending on the
well,
tone.
but
Yeah, I think diplomacy sounds most accurate.
at least to start with. Here goes nothing. Yes!
Jesus Christ.
Nice.
Well, if there needs to be a time for that to happen.
So apparently you think maybe you heard you may have just very faintly heard the Dreamweaver playing in the vicinity of her head.
Yep. She's the stalker creep, and you just got a new stalker there, Reese.
All right. You wanted her to so you basically just telling her to run.
Yeah, basically just leave. Just go. Take Woola with Woola will be, will guard you, and that will be kind of the and then tell my friend out there everything.
Damn it. See, he probably would have locked the door. And I can't say he would have locked the door because I didn't tell you guys he locked the door before we got here.
Well, I would have also been very cautious of him locking a door behind me.
Okay. Well, she is going to. She'll say he's going to hear the door.
That's fine. I'll deal with it.
So she will do as directed. And where are you going to be when she does that? So for the record, this
Between
is
her
the
and the
door
door.
here. So you're going to be standing up here in the kitchen area, probably.
Yep, because they were kind of back towards the gun room.
Surprised you're
I'll
not
kind of-
trying to make sure you're near him.
Well, he's got 3 guys next to him.
All right. Well, you got Shane with you as well, since he was there.
And I tell Shane, to, if things go south, you need to get out of here.
Oh, I just realized that he's basically showing Damien and JP the gun room. The 2 people who know the least about guns.
Yeah.
So she opens the door very quickly and goes through it and closes it behind her. And you can hear the tink, 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 tink up the stairs.
So what you're
Wula's
saying
with
is
her, by
this
the way.
gun shoots bullets, right?
Oh, you said you did send Woola with her?
Yeah, Wula's with her.
Okay. All right. Those of you in the gun room, he's in the middle of a story about that Browning 50 cal up there when he suddenly stops and says, "What the hell was that? Who left?
Oh,
Who left the bunker?" And he comes flying out of that room.
So he's like running past Damien and
Yep.
Jules.
I'll drop my pistol. Keeping it down and quiet, but I'll just have it drawn.
Which I realize is probably a tactical error.
Yep, because now I'm also standing where, I can hide my drawn gun.
Actually, let's see if he's got his wits about him. Oh, he does. Okay, he shuts the gunroom door behind him.
Oh,
So
at
you stay
least
here.
if I can see him
So that
leaving the gun
leaves
room. I can see him turn his
Jules
back and close the
and
door.
Damien.
Yeah.
Or all my friends.
Say that
and
again.
I'm watching with. Okay, so can I see the gun room from where I'm at?
No.
Where? Oh, I see. Hold on. It's this room here, right?
Yeah, you
That's
go in
the
through
door to the
there,
hall?
and you have to
Okay,
go
that's a
all the
hall.
way down the hall and back.
Yeah,
into
okay,
the
I
gun
see
room.
it now. All right. So I will kind of stand where I'm at with my gun, kind of below the, in that image that you have of the graphic. I'll be kind of right where he would be standing, kind of.
Stand by. I guess this would have made sense earlier. Hold on. All right, you can fix that.
The gunroom door, is it designed to be locked from the inside or the outside?
It is a steel door with a lock. Sorry, Phil interrupted me.
So is it like a panic room where people on the inside determine who can open the door?
I don't know if I could go so far as to call it a panic room. It's just a seriously constructed room. Let's call it that. You are asking if you can actually get out.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that the lock on this door is mostly preventing people from getting in and not keeping people from getting out. So,
well, it depends if it's designed to be like a fallback place or not. That's why I was asking if it's like a panic room.
Tell you what, let's let the universe decide that one. So good is not a panic room. Okay. Yeah, this is like a bulkhead door with the little twisty thing on it. So I'm completely blanking on what the hell you call this stuff. It's got the wheel, not a wheel, but it's got like the wheel on it where you dog it shut. So when he ran out of it, he closed it and dogged it shut. So you stay there.
Do we get any opportunity to not get locked in?
Well,
because if we see him going for the door, and perhaps see him like going to shut it, we're not going to just necessarily stand around, dumbstruck. Especially Damien, considering he knows that this guy's not on the level.
I probably would. I think I'm comfortable enough saying JP would be clueless enough so that he would just stand around.
Holy crap! Everybody's got speed 6.
Damien doesn't have combat reflexes, so I guess make a, what is it?
Yeah, I'm thinking what is going to be what is that going to be?
Is it an IQ roll to determine mental stun?
Yeah, I think that's probably reasonable. So if you make your IQ roll, then you normally, if you were under mental stun, you would have come out of it. So that's reasonable that you could act. And we'll give that to JP as well. Unless you want to voluntarily fail it.
So as he bolts out or starts for the door, there's an automatic 1 turn of stunning. So that will be the turn that he goes, and then Damien will register. Oh shit!
Well, what'll happen there is your brain is going to catch on fast enough that he's about to shut the door, so you can actually run up there and brace yourself against it in time to resist him closing it. At that point, it'll be a strength check, or actually a strength contest in this case. Although he's a big guy.
Y'all are going to come upstairs and find out that the chick murdered everybody up there.
Alright, so Damien's going to, when he throws his shoulder into the door, he's actually going to throw his arm in the door, so there's a potential for his arm to get injured.
I wonder if he's going to be fast enough to do that. How do they do that on the cascading weights? That's a dex check, I think. Dex contest. So that means you'll want to do the dex contest first if you're trying to get your body part through the gap before he closes it.
That's going to be the same hand that you already injured, isn't it?
Inevitably. Actually, no, that was his left hand, though.
No, he's throwing his whole arm. A hand or fingers could get severed, but an arm's not likely to get severed, but it could get hurt.
But it's going to be the same arm. It's going to constantly be that side that is always getting hurt.
All right, give me your strength check. Okay, well, you gave it a good damn shot, and you probably banged your hand on the door trying to get it through, but you weren't quite fast enough for that. And yeah, that dude's heavy. He's very overweight and not exactly weak. So you get there, you tried to shoot your hand through the gap, but you weren't fast enough for that, and then you put your shoulder into the door, and he's definitely outdone you on that one, so he gets it closed.
Okay.
Alrighty. Reese, you are going to hear a bit of a commotion back in the general direction of the gun room, although that commotion does not include gunfire at the moment.
I will.
And you probably hear Howard saying, "You stay there."
All right. You know what? I'm gonna tell Red, get out now, and
Yeah, okay.
and then I will hide.
I just love the mental image. It's like you're about to give him more instructions, and Red's already gone.
And I'm going to kind of duck and hide.
Yeah, you can hear those heavy footsteps coming very quickly down that pantry room. Where are you ducking? Actually, you're looking up at where you were standing, so.
Thanks to Silver Wolf 2015 for the follow.
Oh, hey. Followers.
Thanks.
So, I believe that he is going to be coming out of there. Or rather, the arrow will point at the door.
Oh,
I think he's... No,
is
that right?
Room.
That's not right. Okay, that's that one. So he's going to be... Okay, yeah, you're right. He's coming out there. I stand corrected. Where are you going?
Right where I'm at, I'm gonna, crouch down. So where is there?
So you're hiding behind the counter. Is that true?
Say what?
Were you saying things?
Are you not hearing me?
Maybe not.
Hello?
Okay, so you duck down behind the counter?
Yes. Duck down behind the counter, weapon drawn.
Duck down behind the counter. All right, gotcha. All right, well, he is going to come barreling out of there, and he has a bit of an anger management problem, as you're now discovering, and he may not be in complete control of his faculties.
Well, I'm also not wanting to be visible. I wanted to kind of...
But he is not quite... Let's see. I don't think he's actually going to fall for the door. Which means you need to make a stealth check, probably. And I will need to make a perception check to see if I see you.
Oh, not good.
Yeah.
He could fail worse.
He could fail worse.
Okay. Gunshot.
Crap.
Okay, so gunshot.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Everybody upstairs is going to hear that. But stand by 1 second. I need to find the thing.
So given that in-game it's 2020 or something like that, this guy has seen the Cloverfield Lane movie and gone, that's the sort of thing I want to get into. I want to do that. And modelled his place exactly off that place.
That movie doesn't exist.
Yeah, I was
Sounds
kind of
legit.
figuring that this is a alternate.
Bah.
Okay. It didn't hit your hat.
Well, I'm gonna pop up and or I'm going to come out.
Rolling
I
out
will
under.
take the -2. Huh?
So you're rolling out under.
Yeah.
All right.
Use
Let's see what you
whatever
got.
cover I can.
So I'm gonna call that. Actually, I'm gonna call that probably 2 yards. I mean, you're not gonna be that far away from him.
How many?
2 yards, so 0 on the range.
Three shots. Bang, bang, bang. It's -2 for the pop-up.
All right. Well, he is going to get his dodge, but he is not a dodgy kind of guy. Nope, that is not going to cut it.
First round is going into his face.
Ow.
Oh,
Second round is
dear.
going into the chest.
He didn't need that jaw.
Ugh, gross. That was his face. And this is the one into his chest. These are hollow points, by the way.
Oh. Oh.
That's why you get the ++.
Let's see. So it was only 2? I thought you said 3.
Well, it was
Or am I
maximum
missing
shots,
that?
but max hit
Maximum
2.
hits.
Oh, made by 3, maximum 2. All right, so you hit him in the face and the chest. Well, you tried to do a zipper drill. All right. Well, he is going to stop trying to shoot you and fall over. In fact, what probably happened is you hit him in the chest, and then he stumbled, and you then hit him in the face.
Probably.
Let's see, what's the actual damage here? So that's yeah. So that's 8 in the chest. And then
It's ++.
10 in the face. I can't remember if that counts on anything but the chest.
That's ++, though.
I think
when
it
you
does,
on the
though.
chest. Why is
Yeah.
it 8?
Because it's doubled.
Chest is 9.
Yeah, 9 in the chest.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Nope, you're fine.
So 8 to the
Okay,
face, and yeah,
It makes
okay.
a little more understand. This makes more.
I'm
a
with
little
you
more
now.
sense now.
I'm with you now. Yeah. So yeah, he's gonna be in minus
Yeah, 'cause that's
HP
18.
territory.
Ugh. You may just straight up whack him right there.
Let's see.
Well, he ain't happy.
Well, I don't think he was happy before.
Yeah, he was kind of unhappy.
Major wound to the face is also at -5
Yeah, you're right.
for the knockdown roll.
Okay, yeah, he goes down.
Stay down, and I'll keep my barrel on him, and it's like, Damien, Jules, you okay?
You're going to be hearing somebody
Target down.
storming down the stairs.
And it's like,
pretty
target down,
Donk,
quickly.
donk,
target
donk, donk,
down.
donk.
Yeah,
We're locked in.
it's like,
Is the
Yeah,
front door locked?
It is not, because Shane did not bother trying to close it behind him.
Did
'Cause
the
as soon as I hear gunfire, John is heading there with the rifle.
Okay, so what you heard from up outside the bunker, you clearly heard what an AR and then a pistol double tap.
well, 3 rounds.
So depending
Three.
on how high that is, when John yanks it open, the chick may be just about to exit.
Nah,
I don't know what the stairs are.
she was a minute or so ahead, so she should be up there already. You've already talked to her.
Now, you're
Okay.
probably just talking to her and getting some kind of
Yeah,
what's going
I'm doing
on
that.
when you
What?
hear
What? Huh? What? Slow down.
boom, 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 boom.
And then it's like shove, yank, head stored down the stairs.
And then he hears me call out. It's like, Jules, Damien, you all right? And then
did we hear the gunshot inside the
Oh,
gun
yeah.
room? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
Then
was
I
muffled.
I will go and I will take up one of the pistols along the wall, and just have it
it is
pointed
a-
and ready at the door.
It is a massive deagle.
Of course it is.
And it's not loaded.
This is
but
my
he's
favorite
like,
gun.
I got this gun, and eventually it's like, dude, there's no bullets in it. Oh,
And he-
Right,
and he-
right,
I-
And he picks up that deagle and immediately puts it back down and gets a different one.
yeah, right. It's like, that's a dumb gun to carry around.
Just
on a
open the
regular
door
basis.
and just hear click, 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 click. I thought this was supposed to be louder.
All right. I will move, kind of, kick the rifle over away from him. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Do the-
He is not dead, but he has been shot in the head.
Yep. He's got most of his jaw probably blown off.
And let me see. No exit wound on the chest.
Yeah. Jules,
You good?
get your butt out here. I need you.
Well, that's problem. Door locked. Frozen. Not frozen, but door locked. It's locked. We're trapped.
Words.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're locked in.
What he said.
All right. I'm going to take a moment and pat the guy down, and
shoot him again.
no.
You need to come unlock the door, and then when we go back, his body's not there.
That's what I'm worried about.
Please
Well,
make it
we're
happen,
gonna
Daniel.
I'm going to be entering, really soon.
You
Yeah,
can hear
that's kinda what I'm thinking,
John
too.
coming down the stairs, and you know it's him.
Yeah. So
Entering.
once it's clear, and then
Shane,
I
stay
will.
there. Keep that door open.
And then I'll point. It's like they went down that way, and got locked in a room somewhere. This guy's still alive, and I'll try and do initial first aid.
All right.
He took a shot
Getting
at
first
you.
aid
Why are you bothering with that? He took a shot at you.
because I'm still.
Let him bleed out.
All right. Well, you can.
So I guess I'm going to be trying to find a gun room Because he's like, yeah, that away.
So
Got it.
Howard won't die immediately. At least you'll stabilize him. It'll take John a couple of seconds to find out what door they're in, but I guess JP or Damien is going to be banging on the door or yelling or something, so you'll be able to find them.
We're in here.
And it's just a dog on the door, so you can turn it and open.
Oh, hey, ooh, I like this room.
I kind of pushed past him.
We clearly came to the right place.
Close the door when you leave. I need a minute.
What are you talking about? They're gonna turn around and they're like, "Hey, John," as I'm like coming out with all these guns hanging off of me and ammo. Like, what?
The girl, is she all right?
She made it out.
She's upstairs.
Killing everyone?
Oh
Maybe.
crap! You might be right. I have to rush up there and make sure she's not killing my kid.
Locking us in?
Cha-chunk. Somebody going up.
Yep.
Okay. You'll find James is there with his baseball bat covering her with the dog on opposite sides because the dog doesn't like to get too close.
To James. Right. So okay. Apparently, Reese shot the dude.
We had to put him down.
After he shot at Reese.
Yeah, it was him shooting first.
It was justified. Sort of, mostly. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't have pulled the trigger on him. I would have definitely.
You did technically
would've-
return fire, so that was justified, yes.
Yeah.
All right. So Michelle will come down at hearing that he's been shot, and
with a knife and or an axe.
no, not quite to that extent. Although she doesn't look sorry.
And I'm like, all right, what the hell just happened? I was about to go look at that truck.
Okay, so Michelle doesn't really know anything. She'll tell you everything that she experienced while she was here, and she was unconscious. She woke up in that room back here, which is basically a cell, and he did render aid and got her patched up pretty well, probably by Wells standards at least, and but he would not let her leave. And you get the impression she's a little, I don't know, overly scared, maybe. Like she probably wasn't thinking straight herself anyway. But yeah, so she didn't trust the guy. She was here, she was stuck, and didn't really have any hope until somebody drove up in a truck outside. They managed to hear that through the ground. So she tried to signal for help, and you know the rest.
Damn. Guess you're lucky we showed up when we did. And I'm gonna look at Shane and go, what kind of friend was this, dude?
I didn't say he was a friend. I said I knew him. And apparently that's not true either.
You're not the best at choosing acquaintances, are you?
Jules,
That's true. He's with us.
Oh, right.
what can you do for this guy?
Well, you
I can
see,
tell you what you should do.
I
with
can
this guy.
diagnose that he doesn't have a jaw, so
Now,
that's about the
Jules
extent of my skills.
can finish treatment and basically treat him for shock and everything. He'll get his D6 back if you're going to do that. And there is a convenient bed right there in that bedroom.
Crit, fail, crit, fail,
Yeah.
crit, fail.
Aside from that, he's going to be seriously fucked up and in need of hospitalization if he's going to improve any further. But you got that. Oh, that was Damien.
Yeah, I'll do the first aid, I suppose. I mean, technically,
Hippocratic
I'm supposed
oath
to
and
help.
all that crap.
Why are you trying to rescue a dude who took a shot at us?
Because something, do no harm, something.
It's doing no harm if you step back and watch him bleed out.
Well, he just took you on a tour of the whole place, and you know exactly where all the meds are. And he's got a lot of meds in here. So he is well supplied in that regard. And yeah, he'll get his D6, so he's not going to die.
We need to
More
lock the door.
deluded than anything else.
We need to lock the door and make this our forever home.
Nothing's stopping you.
Michelle's
anymore?
probably not enthusiastic about being the only woman in this area.
Let's see.
And she's
Besides,
definitely not hanging around.
And besides, Mike, that's like, where do you think you're going, woman? Shove her into the cell.
Oh man.
She's looking at him in the bedroom and says, "I think we should move him into my room and handcuff his leg to the wall like he did mine."
That sounds like a really good idea to me.
I would.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's where I would have put him. Is where she's. I guess that
I'll
cell
do
would be
it. Oh yeah, bad news.
He needs an
Robert.
escort.
Robert
It's Stitch's
died,
popped
and I
and he blew
buried
it
him.
out.
He slipped and hit his head. Whoops.
A few times.
It was amazing. He tripped and this nail went through his head, then he bounced up and then fell back down on the nail and it bounced a few times.
26 times.
Weirdest thing I've ever seen.
All right. So the former owner of this bunker, well, I guess he's still the owner of this bunker, is no longer a threat to anybody. What next?
So I'm gonna try to get the story because I wasn't.
Yeah,
down
I'm kind of.
there.
I want the whole. I want. Now that she can also speak freely, I want to hear it all too.
I'm also
Right.
thinking, because I heard Shane mention, or I heard as a player, the GM have Shane mention about the missing girl,
Right.
and I'm wondering if we can look around here to see if we can find any other indication like this guy is a serial killer or something.
Okay. You guys poke around a little bit, and you find the generator room back there. I think there was a problem with the door or something like that, but you guys can fix problems with doors, so we'll ignore that for the time being. I think that's over here. Not sure. Anyway, but there's a where the that side hatch comes down, basically, and the scratches on the window. There's a ladder going up to that hatch, and at the foot of that hatch, there was an earring that matches the one in the photo of that girl that Shane identified as Brittany. So clearly she was here. And you don't see any evidence of her ever having been here, so other than that. So who the hell knows? So you go digging through the cabinets, and you will find that, which is basically a big canister of some kind of industrial acid.
Oh my gosh! Literally poured her down a drain. I don't know if I'm liking this guy.
Tell me again about us, wasting supplies on this asshole.
Well, they were his supplies.
Not anymore.
Whatever we do, we can't just leave him here. We need to take him. What's the name of the town we're at?
Why?
And
There's some convenient acid right over there. We can just toss him in that.
I mean, that's relevant, and we need to disinfect the runes, right?
John is very angry.
Reese is rather upset too.
By
Because
this
he's
No,
like,
I don't say John's angry in this case. It's just like, this dude's an asshole.
By this
and
point,
Reese is not being. Reese is not seeing. Out of his norm. He's generally
He's an
pretty
asshole.
like.
Fuck him.
by
Yeah,
this
it's like,
point, James has pulled some of his board games off the shelves and is sort of messing around with board games on the table in the living room.
right, he might be an asshole, but he's still a person, and as far as I know,
Is he?
we still live by the law. This guy needs
That's
some
true.
medical attention, and he needs a jail cell.
well, that's what we can do.
Man, these movies
Actually,
are
that'll work.
old.
We can put him in the truck, drive him over, drop him off, and
They're not
tell
going
the
to
local law.
drop him
I
off.
thought you said run
It's
him
gonna be
over.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check out his movies, and then I'm totally thinking,
Oh.
damn, Reese, you should have shot better. Not saying it
Well,
out
it would've-
loud.
So Reese will work with Damien and Jules if we want to, drive him back, to the town.
Due diligence and all that.
Yeah, those are some
and
pretty
then-
old movies.
And then we can leave him there, and then we can come back and then figure out what we want to do.
Okay, so you guys are talking about making a trip into Jackson to drop him off and then coming back here.
Yep.
All right. Is that the plan?
I can
pull the
stay.
trigger on that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is those who don't need to come. I mean,
Okay.
right now we're pretty certain that the path is decently clear there and back, and it shouldn't take us very long.
Yeah, you guys are. I don't know if you're even a mile or two out of town. Let me check. 3 miles, maybe. So you're right there. And I'm going to guess that you probably have a reasonable expectation of where the police station is going to be in here. You
Well,
may have been
is
here before.
Michelle from here?
She is not. She is from
What about Shane? Because
Oregon?
it seemed well, Shane might know.
Yeah, Shane can actually tell you at least roughly where the police station is.
So you could probably take both of them to report them, or give them the lowdown.
All right, so Reese and Shane, and who else is going with him?
Damien.
Okay.
Evidently, John and James are watching old videos and or playing games.
You discovered that Robert is asleep in the bed of the truck.
You should turn him over too. He's a drifter, or not a drifter. What the heck is? I'm trying to think of the word.
Grifter?
No.
I know what you're
'Cause he
thinking.
might be that.
And oh man. I know
Right
exactly.
there.
I know, and the harder I think about it, the more it eludes me.
Yeah.
Vagrant.
Vagrant. There. That's exactly the word I was thinking of.
All right. So you guys are probably going to be maybe 10 minutes driving total there and back, and then probably a good 30 minutes or to an hour talking to the local
Probably,
constabulary.
Till they come with him to check out the location.
Those that are remaining behind, what are you doing?
I'm going to
Scarce
relocate
meat
some of
weapons.
these guns
Yeah, that's what I was
and
thinking.
ammunition. It's gonna be mysteriously disappearing out of the thing.
This guy is very well stocked.
Let's
And
so
as far
now.
as the guns go, I'm going to say what you see is what you get. on the picture.
Oh. What do we do with the 50 cal?
There may not be that much ammo for like the Ma Deuce back there, but you might notice there are those in the picture as well. I don't know if they have ammunition.
Oh shit!
Can you
Okay, yeah, I did
reshare
not see
that
that.
image?
I'm
Got
probably
it.
the only person who actually has gunner machine gun.
Yeah, I see at least 2 saws in there.
Oh yeah.
There's a friggin' Dragunov.
Oh, anything with a. Well, I switch out sights. That's for sure.
There's
damn,
not as much in the way of accessories and that sort of thing here. There are some, but you're more likely to get a full weapon than you are little bits and pieces of them. There's going to be some other gear here as well, a couple of backpacks and that sort of thing. There's not much in the way of armor, so you're not going to find anything there. Oh, I just noticed there's a grenade launcher on that one.
That's a hello.
But as far as other supplies goes, you've got all kinds of survival food, MREs, that sort of thing. You've got the friggin' survival food buckets and all that crap. You got medical stuff for years. There's way more than you could ever load onto that truck.
Well, we know where to come back if things really start to go bad.
You've got a considerable amount of ammunition for pretty much anything you see here, at least enough for a full load.
Damien's going to be okay with stealing this guy's shit.
I kind of figured that might be the case. He's also got a crap ton of books, old movies, board games, knickknacks.
Tradables.
That's one of those where it's like, I'm looking at all of these and going, okay, I'm gonna take that. Hey,
that
James,
SMG looks like it has a Halo sight.
Pick some games. Pick some games out, James. I'm gonna be picking my games out here.
Yay! In the meantime, the Jackson crew goes into town, and as you're driving through town, you are noticing that it looks like you see here and there are people look like they're packing up.
Reese, stop. Damien will ask, what's going on?
Hold on, I'm trying to find the damn police station. Yeah, crap, I'm gonna have to remove that. Oh, there it is. Right in the damn middle. Okay, so you guys were coming from over there. So, yeah, as soon as you enter town, you're basically going to go straight down the street and then cut left in the middle. So, you are also then going to pass at least one gas station on your way here. And there are a lot of people at the gas station, and they are basically in the process of fighting over gas, probably.
We will ignore that. Not our circus, not our monkeys.
The other thing you will notice is that you are intercepted on the way down the street by a handful of mounted police folk.
Who immediately say, "You seem to be out of your jurisdiction."
I know, right?
One of them, who appears to be the leader of that and may actually be the sheriff of this county, is wearing a big cowboy hat and mirror shades, and it just looks the part.
Reese.
And he stops you and says, "Ask you your business."
and I'll tell them who I am, identify myself. Unfortunately, we've run this guy.
Park County.
Yes,
You
sir.
out of your jurisdiction?
Unfortunately, Park County and Cody were attacked and destroyed recently, and we were on our way through this area on our way out when we encountered this individual, and unfortunately I was forced to put him down.
All right. I think what I would like here is savoir-faire police.
You just shot the sheriff's brother.
You might also you might also want to do a reaction check first.
Well, if you do an influence roll, you don't do the reaction check unless you're diplomacy and doing it that way.
That's what I was thinking of.
Okay, well, he doesn't make an ass of himself. He knows how to do this. So you guys he'll escort you back to probably to the hospital.
Yeah.
And take your statement over there.
St. John's Health.
And in the process, you'll learn from him that basically the town is out of everything, and a lot of people are starting to bail, going who the hell knows where, and they're fighting over everything, and they've barely got enough manpower here to do anything about it. So we've basically just given up.
Well, I'll warn them not to go towards Cody. Bad stuff, and kind of give them the breakdown of what we've seen.
And also, if you see one of those pod things, stay away from it.
Be very, very cautious. We've encountered things that, have pincers that cut things cut metal like razors, things that spit, crazy fire, baseball bouncing alien things.
We need to come up with Tremors names for them. So, ass blasters and
graboids. Graboids, yeah.
You see one of the deputies that is with him pulls a piece of paper out of them and checks off something on the paper. You catch a quick sight of it. It's a bingo card.
2020 written up the top.
Yep.
Yeah, 2020 bingo.
All right, but yeah, he doesn't give you any grief other than he'll take the statement and says, "I highly recommend you guys move on."
That's our intent. Oh yeah.
What about?
I bet you Godspeed and good travels.
Yeah. So the hospital staff is going to take care of him the best they can. They'll station some personnel here, as long as it's feasible to do so.
Wow.
But he's going to wake up and no one's going to be around.
The way things are going, there may not be a town.
Does the sheriff paint a fairly dismal picture of what's going on? Is it quite desperate? Then,
I don't know if you call it desperation at this point so much as nobody knows what the hell to do, and so they're just falling back on reflex or whatever. So the ones that tend to hoard and that sort of thing, they're bugging out.
Well, Damien will feel compelled and say, this guy's place, I don't know, he's probably in no condition to go back there, but he has quite a lot of supplies there. They might help.
He asked the other deputies to leave the room. He says, "What's that address real quick?"
He's gonna get there and goes, "I thought they had a lot of supplies," because they're all gone.
Yeah. No, wait, is that a Mark 19?
So he asked the deputies to leave the room.
Oh my God, is it?
Yeah, there's a Mark 19 right there.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, you don't have any ammo for that.
We're still gonna take it.
What are you gonna do with it?
It's gonna look menacing as all get out.
Find ammo.
Well, you want to do that? Mount that damn Ma Deuce on the top of the truck.
That's
Nobody will
kind of
bother
what
you.
I'm wondering is like, I wonder if we could, because I'm gonna hope that guy's. Oh, by the way, we would have stripped him of any keys and anything else that he had in his pockets.
Yeah, you would have had to do that while you're poking around the place. All right, so you guys are just gonna leave them there basically and go
Pretty
back
much.
to the farm. All right.
What's the chick doing? Is she like, I'm bailing as well?
She's kind of, at least for like the first half of that, she's mostly just internalizing her issues and sitting on the couch, just staring off into space, not sure what to do with herself. But at some point,
she went with them because she needed to give the statement too, right? Didn't she?
Well, no, I wouldn't have.
Okay.
Yeah,
if that's not the case,
I
never
missed
mind.
that.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I
have
may
brought
have
her with
misunderstood.
unless she wanted to come with, and
No, that makes sense if she was going
And it
to
was
give
more-
a statement.
yeah, and I'm kind of keeping her from having to give a statement by saying he came at us. Yeah, he came at me, bro, and well,
Then the sheriff is going to take her down to the station, I suppose, and let you know that we'll get her statement there. We'll figure out what she wants to do. If she wants to press charges or something like that. Fat
Yeah.
chance. And she can decide for herself what she wants to do with herself afterward.
and I'll tell her, it's like, we'll swing by the station, because I guess we were at the station first, and then
Yeah.
left her there. And I'll tell her, it's like, we'll swing back by, and if you want to come with, we're bugging out, kind of thing. But I will allow her. Basically say, like, we're heading down to Cheyenne mountain area. If she's in, if we have a spot, she can come with. If she has nowhere else to go, otherwise she can stay here, kind of thing. I will open that offer up to her.
Yeah. No, she was headed to Texas to find her family, I believe.
Well, if she can come as far as Cheyenne Mountain, she'll have people to travel with.
All right, so you guys go back then. She is not there. What do we need to do at this point? We need to decide how much crap you're taking with you.
Does
Does
that truck work?
Yeah, I was about to say, does that truck work? Because then if it does, and he's got a whole lot of fuel, we've got 2 vehicles.
Well, I tell you what, somebody can make a roll for that truck. It's going to be health minus 8 plus half DR. I think is going to end up minus 6 total.
Based off of a health of what?
10 or 12. I'll cut you a breaking, make it 12.
Thankfully, that looks like a much older model truck.
Well,
It's not that old.
okay.
It's like an 02, I think.
You said minus 6?
Yeah.
Eek.
Yeah. Not going to be easy.
But that'll do it. That'll do,
Nope.
donkey.
Nope. It's a 92 Ford 350.
Holy crap.
That's like,
Well, okay. It does start. You have a feeling it's probably not going to get great gas mileage because that ECU is being weird. It's got the check engine light and all that shit. But it came on.
Is it better than our truck?
It's
it'll
bigger
fit
than your
more
truck.
in the cab.
And it's newer than your truck, which could have good and bad points.
Well, we're
And
going to
it's
keep
got
them
more
both.
storage.
Well, we've only got a
Nothing wrong.
If you
short
take
amount
them
of
both,
time.
You have to have fuel for both.
Yeah, we're only going to have a short amount of time before people start turning up here because Damien.
That's what I'm saying. It's like nothing else. We will pile them both up, and then we take this truck out somewhere and park it and hide some of the stuffs. So if we're coming back this way, then we can go, hey, yeah, well, look at this, more guns.
I don't know if it's a good idea to clean this place out because
we're not cleaning it out. There's no way we can clean it out. But
we don't need to overtake what we need. Otherwise, we're depriving people that might be able to use it. At least that's Damien's angle.
Yeah,
we don't need like 10 assault rifles, for example.
Oh no, but I do agree with the idea of creating a stash, though, in case we need it, or a cache that we can come back to if we have to come back this way.
And also, for the record, if you are actually considering mounting the mod deuce to the truck, you realize that is going to cause some problems when you're driving through town.
We're not going to be able to do that. We don't have that capability. It's just, I want to take the mod deuce with us and hide it somewhere. So when we come back with the XCOM team, we can go, yeah, there's a mod deuce here.
We have a mod deuce, a Mark 19.
The issue I was getting to was you've only got so much room in the bed of the truck, whichever truck you're taking.
I think we were going to upgrade to the yellow truck because that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is bigger, but you've also got people in the back. Now, if you do take Howard's truck, that one has a crew cab, so you can actually fit more people inside.
Right.
Let's swap them.
Yep.
So that will help.
So find a place to park the one truck.
I wanted to know if that was diesel or not.
In looting this place, Damien's primary concerns are going to be like non-perishable foodstuffs and fuel. He must have a supply of fuel because he was running a Jenny.
I want ammunition.
Yeah, he is going to have fuel specifically for the Jenny.
So that's Damien's priorities: non-perishable foodstuffs and fuel. I assume Jules will be getting medical supplies since he knows what's good and what's not, or what's useful.
The Ford F-350 comes in both regular and diesel.
I'm going to guess if he's using diesel generators for his for this building, he probably uses diesel across the board. So
well, he may not have built it with that in mind, though. I'm going to give it a universe, and I'm going to say bad. Let's say bad is going to be diesel.
Is he like a prime producer sort of dude?
He's a what?
Like a prime producer. Does he have like some cows or stuff like that? A big property? Because if he is, he's more likely to have diesel than unleaded.
I don't.
If he has like horses,
exactly. He has a farm, but I don't know what exactly it is that he farms. I don't think it's livestock, though.
Because if it's a farm, it's almost guaranteed to be diesel. At least here in Australia, anyway.
Well, we'll do the universe. Whoever wants to be responsible for that.
It's diesel.
Close, but not quite. Nope, it's gas.
Oh, it's gas.
It said bad is going to be diesel.
Oh.
He tried to screw you over.
Oh, bad. Not poor. Okay. Gotcha. All right. So, yeah. So what we'll do is...
Switching cars.
I would say probably stash the second vehicle.
Tell you what, somebody give me a percentage, and that'll be how much fuel that vehicle currently has in its tank.
Not a lot.
Third of a tank.
Okay. And I need to find out how much capacity it has. Which I think if I don't find it right away, and it doesn't look like I am, I'm gonna assume it's 20-gallon tank.
Truck?
Ford F-350, 92. Let's see all kinds of dimensions here. I'm not seeing
That actually looks like a dually as well.
It is a dually.
Fuel capacity, the 2021. That's not.
Well, it'll probably be close. Yeah, I don't see a capacity right off on the wiki at least. Yeah, we'll assume 20 gallons unless until I find something else. I'll also have to figure out what the hell the mileage on that thing is too, because I'm sure it's not that great. It's a big truck.
All right, Edmunds for it's a Edmunds has it as 19 gallons.
That was close.
And actually, it all comes in regular unleaded. All three models of that version.
Oh, well, the wiki said it came with both, but I didn't read too far into it.
It's not the Super Duty?
It's what we got.
Well, it could be. I'm looking, because I have the 4-door crew cab, the 2-door extended cab, and the 4-door crew cab with dragging the fourth wheel, and all show as gasoline.
Right, the
that's
2019 Super Duty, and
yeah, it's way older than that.
Apparently the F-350 gets 20 miles to the gallon on diesel.
What about not diesel?
Looking.
Yeah, that's nice. So, yeah, 19-gallon range not listed. That's nice.
What model was it?
F-350?
Sorry, year model.
92.
The one I just shared has gallons is like 34.
Well,
that is weird. Oh, that's a 2018. You're on a 2018.
Yeah, the thing that Mark linked to is a correct year and model. And it's all 19 gallons, but it doesn't actually list a range. Well, it's probably not worse than 10. Probably. We'll assume 10 until we hear otherwise. Okay, so you had a third of a tank to start with, which gets you a little bit farther than you had.
There's that site as well.
Right, I think that's where I found out the mileage for the current one that you have. Okay, yeah, we'll call it 10 for ease of use.
7.5 litre V8 or the 5.8.
I think.
Whichever one's better.
Well, this guy has a gun room, so let's go 7.8. Or, yeah, the 7.
But only the 5.8 games in the dually.
Okay, well then it's 5.
It's so weird.
We'll get there
Playing a
eventually.
game, looking up vehicle specs.
I know.
Because y'all are weird. Freaking weirdos, man.
We're aware of that. We're all playing.
To the stream, I apologize for the
games.
weirdos.
Just wait until we're looking for how Navy bases and how to extract fissile material from a nuke sub.
Yeah, that means I gotta update the update your truck token.
So it's saying 9.4 miles per gallon. Petrol.
Is that
Not gas.
Is that same site?
Yeah, that's that.
So is that the
one I
average?
linked. Yeah, that's the average.
Okay, we'll just call it 10 because 10 is easy to work with. I'm not afraid of math, but I respect math.
I'm terrified of it. It's
I
worse
respect
than,
math, and I let it stay over there where I don't have to mess with it.
It's worse than snakes, and I have a snake phobia.
Are you an arithmophile? Or arithmophobe? Arithmetophobe?
I'm something.
Okay, well, so our situation has adjusted somewhat. We have swapped over to a new vehicle, and that vehicle has probably a similar amount of bed space. However, you have a crew cab, and you can fit probably 5 in the cab.
6.
I'm gonna guess.
Because it's bench seats across both.
Is it? Okay, so somebody rides bitch.
But we have
I'm going to be in
dogs,
the back.
So in
Which
this particular case,
means there's always going to be at least 2 of you in the back, unless somebody ditches Robert somewhere.
Well, I'm
Where
generally
has
going to be in
Robert? I thought he was buried.
going to be in the back just so I can provide security and such.
All right, so that means you can pile quite a bit of crap back there, and that's probably going to take all night to settle that. I am not even going to try to figure out exactly how much that's going to be.
Please tell me there's at least one rocket for one of those RPGs.
You want to make a roll?
Yes.
How much? Let's see.
Why would he have the RPG if he has no rocket?
No.
Well, he might have dummy rockets.
Boo.
What did you roll? I wasn't looking.
That was bad.
Oh. Okay, there's 1.
Why am I afraid of this rocket
totally,
now?
I know, right?
There's 1. Okay, I'll cut you a slight break and say there's 1 real one and 1 dummy.
And I'm going to be the only one. I'm going to go, that's a dummy.
One of them is inert.
One's blue. Hey.
Who has the skills to use it?
No, I don't have law. I should have law, but apparently I don't.
I actually ended up watching Forgotten Weapons a while back just to learn how to use one, because I always wondered. It's got a hammer, like a pistol.
Well, I figure, if we need it, we have it. If we don't, we have it.
You can at least scare the crap out of somebody with it.
Yep.
Okay, so again, so as far as the weapons goes, we need a list. And it seems like the right place to do that would be party sheet.
All right. I'll pick 2 and drag them in there, probably.
Now, do we even have any rocket launchers on there? Probably not. But we can find that later. So, figure out what weapons you're going to take. I am currently using the generics from Basic and Monster Hunters, and probably Action and some of the other ones. So, if you want to get a specific weapon that is not one of the generics, I don't have a problem with that. But I would say limit to what you see in the picture.
Roger.
I'm gonna get an M60. I'm gonna get a 203.
Is there a 60 in there? Yeah.
Not what
Yeah,
those are?
is that on the way?
Or is that a saw?
No,
I can't tell.
it's a saw.
No, those are saws.
Yeah.
Two
Yeah.
saws.
Let's say it might
There's
be.
an RPK.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm gonna have to get a saw.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at that one back there, and I can't quite tell. Is that an M60?
That's a magwell. You can see the magwell.
Okay.
FN Mini-Me Para. Or
Yeah.
is it just Mini-Me? Probably just Mini-Me.
Well, in that case, it looked like one of the later generation has the fixed stock on it, not the para.
I'm probably going to take one of the marksman rifles off the back wall there.
Well, what I was going to say was I don't necessarily expect you to work that out right now. That picture is going to be available.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out over time.
We're going shopping.
In the meantime, we should probably advance things a little bit. So, question number 1: are you going to stay the night?
Yes, because yes, it sounds like a good idea, and it's a safe place to sleep.
It is that, although slightly less safe because there's a big hole in the door.
Yeah, well, that's the outer door. The inner door is open or lockable.
And somebody has to clean up the blood.
I guess that's my
Or
job.
not.
I caused it.
You like Will to clean it up?
No, that's gross. Besides, I don't need my dog getting a taste for blood.
That's psycho blood.
But if you've already got a taste for blood.
Probably. I don't know.
Hey, does this place have any grenades? Sure would be nice if we had some grenades right about now.
Yeah, I was thinking about the grenade thing, and it's like, nah,
I don't see
I don't
any.
know. Did I close that? Why did I close that? No, I didn't close that, or you wouldn't be able to see it. Lost the damn image. Hate when I do that.
By the way, we can still see images that you close. It's only if you unshare them that they disappear for us.
I thought it. Did it used to do that?
It's been like that for a long time.
No, I mean, did
I
it
think
used
so.
to actually close it for you if I closed it? It seems
Yes,
like
yes.
it used to. Oh, yeah. So Shane looks up at the wall. He's like, "I'm gonna get one of those Russian ones. It's gonna be Red Dawn. I'm gonna yell Wolverines."
You do that, Shane. You do that. I was just thinking yelling honey badgers. Honey badgers!
And James is down there. He's like, "I want a gun, Dad.
Well,
I want a big one."
Let's no, you're not big enough to handle the recoil. We'll have to
Come
figure that.
on.
Don't worry, they'll be around. But we are gonna get him a gun.
Probably
Yeah,
a gun,
This
handgun,
is
and a
not
rifle.
planning to arm
a
him with.
toy.
Yeah, here we go.
Probably teach him how to use a rifle and a pistol.
Oh yeah, I've already been teaching him that. There's
Yeah.
no way. There's no way.
That's
My
true.
dude has not been teaching him that.
It's kind of like me and Van.
Uh-huh.
He could easily handle a 22 pistol or something.
Well, Van can handle a 9mm. He just doesn't like it, and he handles rifles just fine. So a 223 rifle, Van's plinking like a madman. He is
All
so
right.
excited when I get that rifle finished.
Well, Robert is amazed at the bunker now that he's bothered to come down here, and he's goes straight for the cabinets looking for some booze, and he finds it because there is some.
We may have to end up leaving him
He is not
behind.
sharing.
Can someone remind me what the exclamation point or exclamation thing is on rate of fire? I know it's like full
Not
auto,
select
but
fire.
I
It
can't
is not-
remember if
It's not select fire. It's full auto only.
So it's whatever the rate of fire is the minimum.
Uh-huh. No, you can fire less than the minimum or less than maximum. That
You
you'd
just
have
can't
to
do
look
it
that up,
single.
but it's
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
why I'm
full
trying
auto.
to find it.
I mean, you know as well as I do that you can fire one shot out of a full auto if you want to.
Okay, so he has the 50 cal. Does he have a bipod, or the tripod for it?
I do not see a tripod in there. If that is important, then I will let somebody roll for it.
Right. Minimum rate of fire is 1/4 full rate of fire. Or shots remaining, whichever is less. Okay.
There is one TOE packed around here somewhere.
Woot. So we could either take the 50 and the tripod, or the or the Mark 6.
I know you really want to take the crew served weapons, but is that really a good idea?
Probably no, but we're going to put it in the stash vehicle. Is what I thought. Because if we ever have to come back, at least we know where one is.
I just see that coming to haunt you down the road sometime.
Yep, we meet up with.
I wonder how much ammo he's actually got for that.
Too bad he doesn't have a Barrett. I don't see a Barrett in this photo.
Well, you got a Modus. You can put a scope on it.
Sniper on the roof.
Yeah, but I need a tripod for it. And that thing's intense to carry. A Barrett is at least mobile.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised there isn't a Barrett in there, honestly. Although, to be fair, I can't see the entire room. All right, but we're not getting sucked into that.
Right.
So you are staying the night. We said that.
Probably should have cleared that with the sheriff guy first.
Well, I mean, what are you going to do?
Shoot him when he tries to come in?
So you guys will get a decent night's sleep out of all this, and in an air-conditioned bunker.
I need you to roll
that,
my insomnia, by the way.
Is that a GM roll?
Yep, GM rolls.
Why the hell does a GM roll have to roll that?
Because you had a number of days between episodes.
Oh, right. Remind me how that worked?
So you roll, and whatever the I think it's 2 or 3d6. Hold on, I got it right here. So GM secretly rolls 3d, the number of days between episodes, and you can also suffer prolonged stress. You can force me to roll a health roll to see it, and if I fail it, and a failure means an episode starts immediately, in which I have to roll health -1 per night to beat it.
Okay, so I'm rolling 3D for when it happens naturally.
Yep. And then you can force me to roll a health roll to see if it starts because of all the stresses that have been occurring. Which I could easily see. I just whacked a dude forcing me to a health roll.
What? I have a freaking calendar. I will use the calendar. Let's see. And that is going to be Reese Insomnia. And hopefully I won't forget that.
I'll try and remind you every so often to see. And also, you can force me to do a health roll whenever you think I've been suffering prolonged stresses, which could very well be.
Well, see, the other side of that is you haven't slept all that much lately because you've been running around like chicken with the head cut off. So the times that you have slept, you've been unconscious immediately because you're just beat.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so overnight, packing up, all that. When are you leaving?
Well, we're going to wake up and make actual breakfast since we have the food to make it with.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
then, eat a nice big hearty breakfast, pancakes, you name it. We're going for it. Because we have no idea where we're going to end up in the next night.
All right, so that'll take some time.
So probably before noon. So
Okay. So really, really not getting in a hurry. I can dig it. Okay, next question is, where shall you go?
Buffalo. Need to get the McGuffin.
Yeah, Damien says he's got some evidence or some information that might help us, and I think heading to Buffalo for Damien's stuff sounds like a really good idea.
Are you going back into Jackson? I think you were discussing that.
If we have to, do we need to go up through? No, we can't, because remember that road got blocked off, I thought.
No, you guys went around the bridge out.
That's right.
Now, when it comes down to going to Buffalo, the shortest route is basically to go back the way you came. But when you get to Thermopolis, you take a left or right instead of going straight.
So we'll go through Jackson, drop off the keys with the sheriff's department, and keep going.
Okay. And you were going to check up on Michelle?
Yep, see if she wants to come with us or stay here.
All right. Anything else? Oh, right. I need to tell you how far that's going to be. From the Prepper House to Buffalo. That will be, drum roll, 341 miles. So it's a 6-hour drive, a little bit over 6 hours. And you currently have, or you had, 225 miles worth of gas.
How much extra did we manage to salvage from this place?
And you had a third of the tank, which is going to be 6 gallons, so another 60 miles. You're going to be a little bit short.
Oh, well, scavenge
but what
along
about
the way.
The this prepper had a whole bunch of fuel for his Jenny.
Okay, right. So let's make the make the diesel roll on the Jenny to see if that gas is going to work for you.
Okay.
And that one, I'll make it a 50-50.
Who wants that roll?
So 9 or less, it'll be diesel.
Woo! It's gas.
All right.
I'm going to assume he's probably got a fuel, probably some container that we can use. So maybe another can, at least another can.
I will give you a full tank on the truck, and
according to the image, she's got a whole 44-gallon drum there by the looks of it.
Yeah, but I don't know. You might move the whole damn thing in there. Where is it?
Oof, that's a heavy thing to move.
I
don't know if even if he's got just take fuel cans or whatever, like if he has a lawnmower, just.
Yeah, well, which tank were you looking at? Yeah, that's the acid.
Oh, that's the acid, is it? Okay.
That will not work as well.
No, it probably wouldn't be good to put that through the engine.
I'm gonna give you at least another 10-gallon worth of jerry cans, probably like 2 5-gallon cans or something, but that's probably reasonable. Unless you want to.
Except that wouldn't keep a Jenny going for very long at all.
Well, I'm saying that's what you can carry with you, not everything he's got.
How is he storing it? Because if he does have like big big drums, yeah, there's several of us. We could lift it out. He got it in here, so we could probably get it out.
Well, what do you think? 50-gallon drum? I mean, it's going to be a pain in the ass, but you could get one in the truck.
Well, if we can get it.
Fuel's going to be our most critical resource in getting to Cheyenne.
I agree. Well, we could always create a rudimentary pulley and kind of use one of the vehicles to kind of slowly move it up the steps.
You may have to ditch the Modus.
You can put it on rollers to get it to the door, and then.
No. If he's got 50-gallon drums here, he's got a way to move them. I'm sure he's got a dolly at least.
So, all right, yeah. If we can get one, I mean, the Modus is fun, but it's just that fun. We've got.
Well, I'm just making the point that if you got a 50-gallon drum in the bed there, you're gonna have to make room.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. We'll drop that. We'll ditch the 50. I mean, it's a dream weapon just because it punch holes. It probably.
I don't blame you at all. I would want to take it too.
Well, if we're going to take both vehicles, we're going to be storing.
Yeah, one's going to
wherever
be
we store.
Are you planning on taking both vehicles? Because that's
not the whole way. We're
twice.
just going to be.
Yeah,
that was the
right
plan.
Out of town.
I didn't hear that.
Relocate outside town and hide the other one as much as we can.
Okay. Well, okay.
Like maybe remove tires and stuff like that, so people look at it and go, "Oh, that looks like a piece of shit." Ignore that.
You're gonna take a little bit longer just dealing with that thing. Okay, well, then I don't have a problem with saying that you have that. It is somewhere outside Jackson in a relatively hidden place. There are trees about. There's actually a bit of forest on the hills there, right to the south of the farm, so that's not hard to get to. Or you could just hide it in the damn barn. But whatever you decide, that's fine. And what all are you putting in it?
We'll put the 50 cal and and the ammo for it along.
And maybe the Mark 19.
Why not? No one else is going to use it. Probably another stash of ammo for the weapons we are taking, a small amount.
Okay.
And probably another small stash of medical and food, but that's really about it.
I don't know if you want to take the ammo outside and leave it.
Oh, yeah. Well, if it's in the right kind of cans, we could probably, if we bury it.
Well, you can do what you can, and when you get back to it, if you get back to it, maybe it'll be good still.
Because we keep it in the right kind of containers, bury it underneath the vehicle to, like you said, take the tires off and move them further away, so we know exactly where to dig.
All right, so it's starting to sound like it's probably going to be more like afternoon before you start getting underway.
Yep, and then we'll probably stop somewhere on the way out of town. And then ditch the vehicle, hide it.
You will at least be able to get some camping gear.
Thought we had already gotten some camping gear.
I didn't think he had any.
Oh, he got it from grandfather's.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I seem to recall we picked up some camping gear at Matisse or something.
No, it's before that. It was at Kanye's place.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Kanye's place had a bunch of camping gear too.
Yeah, I think that was true. Okay, well, you guys are good for that, I suppose. If you end up needing to stop in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, we don't even have to go very far. We find the next broken down looking barn that looks abandoned. It doesn't even have to be anything fancy, just an abandoned barn.
Question. Are you
Park it
keeping
there.
both of the 10-gallon jerry cans and the 50-gallon drum, or one of them?
All?
All of them, I mean. Is that true?
If there's
Everybody
anything we're going to
agree
run
to
out
that?
of, it's going to be fuel.
Okay, so
The
That-
juice.
that means you are going to have 190 miles worth in the tank and an additional 50, 60, 70, 700 miles on top of that. So 890 miles total, providing you don't lose any of that.
And we are siphoning along the way.
Which
And
will
you're probably
lose.
siphoning along the way.
And Damien has started to call it gasoline just because
Guzzling.
That seems reasonable to me.
it's
And
part
now
of his
James.
transition.
And now James is going to call it gasoline.
And that's going to cause me to call it gasoline. And go, damn it.
That's how it works. All right, so sometime in the afternoon, you have hidden the Reese's dad's old truck somewhere off to the side and put some stuff in it, and you'll probably never see it again.
Probably not.
Probably.
And you are underway then to Buffalo. Which, are we going through Jackson, or are you trying to go around Jackson?
Well, we're going to go through because we got to drop off the keys to the
Right, okay.
and then see if she wants to come with us.
So first stop is to the sheriff's. All right, is that working? Okay. I need to make a note on the calendar for today. Okay, today we are leaving the prepper's place. Got it.
And it didn't even explode behind us as we left.
It did not.
Well, this episode was written by a different writer.
You guys haven't exploded any. Well, no, that's not true. Well, technically you didn't
shouldn't-
explode
Yeah,
anything.
didn't the thing explode? The
ranch exploded.
No, not the ranch. The compound thing at grandfather's.
Yeah, that would count. It wasn't when you guys were outside. Just for the record, since we actually skipped that over, it basically what happened is it collapsed. So there was a big sinkhole, and the house fell into it. Big cloud of dust, and then there's a big crater where where everything used to be. So it did implode. Okay, you are going back into Jackson, which means we need that. So, you go down the main street there and take a left to the police station. The cops or at least one of the cops is there still, manning the desk, and he will tell you that Howard is alive still. He's probably going to make it if the hospital doesn't lose power.
Well, that's too bad.
Michelle spent the night in the jail just because she didn't have anywhere else to go. And she is attempting to get somebody to take her to Texas. There have been a lot of people leaving out of town, and she's gotten a few possibilities in that regard. And so she is not here right now. She is probably packing up and getting ready to leave. And other than that, there's not a whole lot going on in Jackson. There's a town meeting discussing how to ration the elk population, because that's going to happen, and probably soon. So, anybody doing anything here? Don't need gas.
Nope.
You hand out the keys. He will accept the keys and pass that along to the sheriff when he returns.
No,
And
he
I guess
won't.
that's that. Well, he might. He wasn't there when you were talking to the sheriff before, so he may not know what they are.
You do realize what these keys are for, right?
You gonna tell him?
No, I'm probably not even interacting with them.
True. All right, so we need to first show that off. So you guys are currently still over there, and you are on your way out. You will be following the same path that got you here up to Thermopolis, and then taking that right hand to Warland and on to Buffalo.
Roger.
And back on the road. So you start going north, and you pass a couple of those little unincorporated mini towns until you hit the big river and cut to the right into Yellowstone proper, out of Jackson Hole. You travel for a little while, and you arrive at the same location where the fire was before. You see that it has burned out away from the road. It is no longer threatening the road, but it is still burning a bit. It's probably going to be a problem to somebody, but what are they going to do about it? And on down through the Grand Teton National Forest. And this is all pretty familiar. You eventually reach Du Bois again. I don't think you guys did anything here except talk to the cops. So you guys will likely be intercepted here as usual. And how far in is that? Derp. Where is Du Bois? He's running. There's a forest fire. There you are. 2. That is 89 miles, about an hour and a half. Okay, that's going to make it 4:30-ish. And are you doing anything in Du Bois?
Do we have anything to do in Du Bois other than mock their name?
I think the only other thing you had going here in Du Bois is the people that you pulled out of the forest fire ended up walking over here, or you escorted them back here. But they're probably gone. That was yesterday? Yeah, that was yesterday.
Well, it was probably. Well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it was yesterday. You guys got a fairly early start getting out of here. Okay, so they may still be here, but I don't know if you want to stop or anything.
Well, we'll mention that the fire's burned away from the road, so the path is clear.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Jackson's doesn't seem to be affected too much, other than power being out, and they seem to like they're, starting to,
So you pass on the news.
Yep. We're gonna be the postman.
I know, right? So you leave Du Bois and continue on. Your next encounter is going to be the bridge, where there is not currently a station wagon hanging on it. And you recall how you got around there. There was a side road that you could take that had a little smaller road bridge that you could cross the river and get back on the highway. You do not encounter anything untoward. Let's see. And onward, you will keep going. You're getting closer to the reservation, and I think you're actually at this point going to be leaving the Yellowstone Park. You are a little bit out of Crowheart before, and you see out ahead of you that there is a car coming. It looks like an old 57 Chevy, and it's got a whole bunch of crap piled up on the top of it, and it is going the opposite direction. And unless you do something, you will close and pass.
We should probably tell them the bridge is out.
Yeah, we'll probably flash our lights and just kind of slow and wave, kind of wave and just mention, yeah.
All right. As you are approaching and flashing the lights, looks like they're slowing down. There are multiple people in the car. As you get closer, you can see there are what appears to be a family. Some of them are kids.
Okay, I'll mention that the bridge is out. There is a path around if you're trying to get through Du Bois and Jackson, and kind of give them a lowdown of what's going on in Jackson. Beware of the fire on the road, but it's passable.
You are a mailman.
Yeah, I know. They said they're headed to Oregon, coming from Utah.
Why is everybody going to Oregon?
Well, not everybody is. Michelle is coming from Oregon. But these guys are headed to Oregon, and they said, well, since we're going out there, we're going to take the scenic route, so we're going through Yellowstone. And they don't seem to have encountered a whole lot of bad stuff.
They're all going to die.
Maybe they're just lucky. But
Nope.
Do they know about aliens?
Yeah,
are they
that's a good
told about
question.
aliens?
Well, are you? I mean, I ask, are you like, what did
You
where
guys
are
know about the
coming from?
aliens? They have not heard anything about aliens. But
Stay away from strange pods.
They don't appear to believe you about the aliens, although
show
they
your
will
alien
admit that
weapon.
there was all this shit coming out of the sky and all that, so something happened. But aliens, really?
Show him your graboid pincer.
Why would I do that?
You're gonna make me rename all those things.
It
But yeah.
wasn't a graboid. Graboid were the baseballs.
Clearly, you guys need to communicate on that.
Nope, we're
Well,
intentionally going to make sure we're all confused and everybody's calling them different things.
They will thank you for the information and continue on their way.
Yeah,
And as they're leaving, they're like,
die.
as they're leaving, they're like, what a bunch of weirdos.
We're
Right.
like, what a bunch of unfortunate.
And we're like, yep, they're going to die.
All right, so you pass through Crowheart once again. Not a whole lot there. Still not a whole lot there. Probably never going to be a whole lot there. And on to Fort Washakie. And at this point, after Fort Washakie, you would, before you had come this way from grandfather's house, at this point, there's no actual need to go that way. And your route, if you take that, is going to take you, it's going to bypass Riverton entirely. Unless you decide otherwise. I'm looking to see how far you got now. Where the hell is Shucky? Nope. Oh, that's Crowheart, though. Let's see. Crowheart was about 2 hours. Okay, so at this point, do you have any intention of going back to Grandfather's, or are you just going to keep on going? Yeah, I didn't think so. So you are going to go straight through and go to the Boysen Reservoir and north from there to Thermopolis. So you're going to pass through the Wind River Canyon on the way, which this time I realize is there.
If we're retracing our steps, we won't be siphoning because we probably already did it on our way through. But
Yep.
once we hit new roads, then we'll stop at vehicles and siphon.
All right. I am going to take a quick break here and come back. Well, I gave you a little extra time.
So we're taking 5?
Yeah, let's take 5.
Alright, we'll be back. Okay, we're back.
All right, let's see. Yeah, you can see the. All right, if you're on the road map, you can see the Boysen State Park right here, and so there is a bridge right there that crosses the reservoir before you get to Shoshone. So you guys are driving along. It's a long ass causeway basically across. It's like 2/3 of a mile long, and as you are approaching, damn it. Okay, as you're approaching, off on the other side of the bridge or whatever, you see a bus entering the highway, which at this point you've seen a few cars here and there that are actually still functional, so it's not a huge surprise, and it's an old bus. So given that, I think what I'm going to do is have you guys make perception checks.
I think that might be important.
I will have Reese and Heinlein do it at a +2. Oh, right. Other thing I forgot. I'm forgetting things. I should not do that. We need to situate ourselves. I will have to update the image later. This is just a rough guess of where everybody might end up in the vehicles. If you want to make a change to that, feel free. Right, so you guys are on this end of the bridge, entering the area, and you see the bus on the other end. And Damien is on his ATV and can't exactly communicate, but he's pretty sure he saw a gun. Now, that's probably not that weird, but there's a bus with a couple of guys, well, a few guys, and they look like they might have guns. Is he going to attempt to communicate that somehow?
So Damien's probably in the lead because he's
I'm
scout.
assuming so.
He's going to stop, allow the guys to sort of catch up, and then Damien will, get them to wind down the window. The bus up ahead, bunch of guys in there, and they're armed.
Wait, they're coming toward us, right?
Yes.
So you might not have time to do that.
Well, it's like I said, it's a long bridge, and he's just stopping for a second.
Wait, okay, I'm sorry. I had to step away for a quick moment. So
You
we're coming
bastard.
up on the causeway. Yeah, I know. We're coming up on the causeway. There's a bus coming towards us, and
Mhm.
Damien, being scouting ahead, came alongside and noticed the guns.
No, he saw in the distance guns and decided to stop and let you catch up to him.
Oh, and points out that, hey, that
And
bus
says,
is
"Oh, yeah, there's
coming.
some guns."
How about we do this real quick? Pull off. Have James look like he's having an episode where he looks like he's getting sick, and we move him into some cover along with some others, and if they drive right by, they drive right by. If they stop or do something else, we can.
They brandish weapons. They're going to be surprised when I
Yeah,
appear with the frickin' saw.
Yep. So I will.
Or you
Okay,
could also
so you
always
guys are
just,
all-
show them the law that you have.
Yeah, and I can step out with the door as some cover, and I have the shiny badge kind of flashing in the sun towards them.
It's a shame you can't aim those.
I know. Right?
So pick one. What are you doing?
Just pull off to the side and be cautious.
Yeah.
Have people.
At least that way James can dive into have. Well, it looked.
Situate James
pulling off to the right like normal.
Probably some kind of ditch or lower area there.
He didn't see the guns back there. You guys are closer to the middle by that point. Yeah. Need a thing. You know what? I can just use that. Oh, that's too big.
Since it looks like there's a road that goes off to the right and down along the river, so we pull off there, so if shooting starts, we can at least run away in that direction.
Scrolling back.
Like there.
Okay, what are you talking about?
So are we on the bridge, or we're just before the bridge?
Well, technically the bridge is right there. That's the only bridge part. The whole thing is a causeway.
Okay, so we're on the causeway?
Yeah. Yeah, your eyes are good, but they're not that good.
In that case, it's probably best to drive really fast.
Well, you've got a second to communicate.
I suggest we go really fast. Not stop. If they mean trouble, then they're going to telegraph that by trying to block the road, and then we'll
all right, yeah,
we know what's going on.
So I'll have my weapon up.
Well, you're driving, so
yeah. Well, I'll have my weapon out. I'll make Red, if he's got, or Red, Shane, he needs to have his rifle ready, and I tell him, it's like, if you got to shoot, just shoot through the windshield. And
he is behind some. No, wait, no, he's next to you.
Yeah,
right.
And then
yeah,
Jules, you can either sit and cover the kid, or switch positions with drunk dude Robert, And
No, leave him
have you-
there so he can absorb bullets.
Well, Robert can absorb bullet. Well, okay, yeah, that's true.
Maybe you should
Is
just
Robert
move him
willing
to
to
where
shoot?
Do it? Oh, he's only got one arm anyway. But
All right,
he's got
well,
his pistol out, though.
If you have to shoot, yeah.
Let's see. Which
Honestly,
arm was it? It was his left arm, so he's actually in the wrong seat for that.
I assume we have recovered fatigues.
Yes.
So Jules and
I
Reese.
have not been making you make any rolls for the heat, though.
All right, then I want Damien, because you're so not covered. You may want to drive behind, close right behind us, because if you're a lead, they might shoot at you first, and once they start shooting at a target, they're probably going to just keep on that target until it's gone.
Okay, I have no problem with using you guys as cover.
It's probably worth noting, if you haven't thought of it already, that you have a 55-gallon drum of fuel in the back of the truck.
Thankfully, most 55 gallons fuel don't blow up like Hollywood.
Don't they?
Oh, is this Hollywood? Dang.
Well, you don't know
Cover
until
the-
somebody shoots it.
Well, it's going to get ugly.
Gun it.
Oh, we need to have a tarp for that darn thing, that drum, by the way.
Well, you need a tarp for all of that stuff. I'm assuming you have a tarp on everything.
Yeah.
Well, if they're keeping an eye out, it wouldn't be terribly surprising if they would notice that John is back there with a fucking saw.
Well, they might not. I mean, who the hell are these people?
All right, well, we'll speed up and try and drive right by them, and keep your heads down and ready to go.
Well, in the not that I necessarily need to tell you this, but Reese and John, having combat reflexes, are definitely throwing ambush red flags. And in fact, it does occur that as you guys start speeding up to intercept, the bus does actually turn off to the side and block the road. And they you can see the back door gets flung open, and they kind of kick a dumpster out the back. So you got plenty of time. You're not going to hit them.
Okay. Well,
Reverse.
I will. Yep. Hit it. Reverse. And John's probably posting up on the roof of the car by now, getting ready to start laying down fire.
At roughly that point, you're going to Damien also hears coming from behind you the sound of motorcycles.
Oh,
and
mother!
There is
Jesus,
there
they
is-
didn't take long.
You got cars coming down from the mountain back here. They were off to the side, and not cars. There's like a couple of dirt bikes and some kind of Jeep or something.
Like crap, it's like been 5 days, people.
Also, as you guys got a little bit closer, you were able to get a basic look at who's in there, and they look like they're not taking things too seriously.
Well, they are. They're gonna be taken seriously when I unload on them.
All right. So, we'll put the car at an.
I'm jealous. They've transitioned to Mad Max sooner than I have. That's not right.
Car and
Well,
kind of.
to be fair, we're not all that far off from there right now anyway.
Sure as hell seems that way.
At any rate.
Let's see. Should I open with the saw, or should I bring up the 203 and go, "Are you serious, kabloop"?
I think that
Well, we have the RPG, don't we?
There, did you get? Yeah, you guys brought the RPG.
all right. So there's
You only got the one round.
there's no way that they can block the whole road, so we can still speed past.
They can block a pretty good chunk of it, and they are piling out. So if you try to hit the gaps, they're going to be shooting probably.
As they start piling out, if he starts lunging towards the gap, I'm gonna definitely open up with the saw. So they're like,
kind of
oh
figured.
shit.
Yeah, it might just because if we get stuck here, it's gonna be we're totally gonna be hosed.
Yeah, we don't want to be in a crossfire. We don't want to give them an opportunity to set up. I think charging through is going to be the best.
Okay, well, I'm going to assume base... Well, you guys would have had to come to a stop if you were communicating. I know that Damien came...
down.
Well, it was farther back when you did that, so, and then you picked up. So how fast were you going when you decided, oh, we're going to gun it?
Well, we probably
350 miles per hour.
Well, we probably said, hey, we're going to go right, as fast as we can right by them. They start, all of a sudden we see that thing, careen to the side, drop a thing, and people start piling out. And I bang on the roof and, bring my rifle up through the windshield, up to the windshield, and I'm going to be one-handing it.
And I'm assuming these guys are not combat trained, so they're not going to be cool under fire or anything like that. So when people start shooting back, they're probably going to go, "Oh shit, they're shooting back."
Especially when he opens up with a saw.
When he opens up with an automatic weapon, it's like, "Oh shit, what the hell?"
And you drop a grenade into the bus.
So yeah.
Well, he can't do all of those things. He's only got two hands.
Well, I could, but I don't want to
unless you're
going
to pull a first Punisher movie and mount a 203
on the saw
on an M60.
I was thinking about it.
He can do these things. He's the Star Child.
No, I'm not the Star Child, because then the boy is going to gesture and one of the trucks is going to explode, but none of us are going to see that.
All right, so just to establish some things. First off, this is the chase vehicles behind you are not that close yet. Also, the people piling out of the bus, they're not exactly in position yet. They're in the process of getting there, so that positioning isn't exact. But as far as the bus itself and the dumpster and all that, that's reasonably accurate. So
I will gun the engine, giving Damien the indicator that we're going through.
When you decided to punch it, how fast were you going? Roughly, would you say highway speed or less than that?
Probably highway speed.
It'd probably be less, because we were going to reverse. So we would have slowed down to reverse. Then we would have seen the people coming up from the back.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we would start to slow down and then notice folks from the back, and I just hit the gas and started to,
So you're in the process of probably still accelerating at this point.
Accelerate.
How
Damien will fall in behind.
I'm going to give this all it's got.
No brakes. Right, and Damien was following. Okay, that's probably reasonable. Let's see. You were going... So you're going to probably be about there. I'm going to call that a quarter mile? Quarter mile. Let's call it a quarter mile. Okay, so this Ford F-350 is going to have to do a quarter mile. I don't think the Ford F-350 is all that fast, but we can potentially use the SUV for that. That may be a little light, though. Now, do you guys actually have the vehicles? I don't remember if I have to let you share that or what.
Top speed of a F-350 is 96 miles per hour.
Well, that's probably reasonable for
Vehicles need to be shared.
a thing that big.
Yeah,
Do they?
vehicles need to be
Okay.
shared.
I thought that might be the case. Modules. GURPS vehicles. All right. That should do it, I think.
Yep, I have vehicles now.
All right. So I'm going to say we're going to use that SUV for you. And I think that'll probably be fine because Damien is at very worst going to keep pace with the truck. So, your acceleration is 3. Is that right? I don't know how long that's going to take.
I
The
guess
hell's
we're
a
using
standing quarter mile for that?
Where's the SUV?
I think that's right. Yeah. 3.
Could just use pickup truck. 3. Max move of 50.
Yeah, that's
That
about
was
right. 96 miles an hour.
Yeah. I'm
50.
thinking about math here. So, what? How fast is it doing a standing quarter mile?
I mean, it's got some torque. Pickup trucks can get up and
Yeah, it's also
have some
loaded
power.
down too.
Yeah, it's got some weight though.
Why don't we just call it 50 miles an hour and that's good.
That'll
60?
work.
60. Let's call it 60.
Let's go 60.
Can I
So
do
by
I
the
hear
time
70?
you reach the bust itself, you will be doing 60. And science will explain it.
Well, I'm going to engage before then.
Yep.
kinda
and
figured
I'm
that might
probably
be the
gonna
case.
start- And
So,
I'm gonna start
question-
unloading
Don't
too.
think I'm not planning on
Question number
actively.
2.
Okay, good.
So, John is going to pick a weapon. What weapon did he pick?
Saw.
Saw. Okay. And how are you going to array yourself? And you are also, at this point, going to be aware there are some coming up from behind.
Let's see. Well, we're trying to punch through this area first, so he's probably going to be up there on the, standing behind the cab, using that as like a brace.
Okay.
And then, like I was going to say, I'm not actively trying to kill any of them. I'm more like,
Yeah,
hey, bitches,
suppression
I
fire.
have a squad automatic weapon.
Yeah, suppressing
And-
fire.
And then they go, holy crap, he's got a saw. Or, honestly, these guys are probably more like, holy crap, he's got a machine gun.
Yeah, well,
And then if necessary, I will, crouch down and put my back to that and engage the guys behind us as well.
you take off their mask and hoodie, they're probably a bunch of man bun
Antifa
pajama
types.
boys.
So,
Skinny
damn, I may
jeans.
have to shoot them all.
Okay, so next question is, what is your vehicle aimed at? Where are you going? Are you, because you've got an
My
arrow
vehicle-
there hitting
No,
the
that's
bus, but
that's who I'm shooting at. I'm going to be shooting
Okay.
at the driver. I'm going to suppressing the driver.
okay. Well, the driver's getting out and everything.
Oh,
That's
okay.
probably,
He's not in
that's
the
probably
van,
the
even.
that's probably that guy. But like I said, those aren't exact positions. But
You
whatever.
probably
that's
want to
fine.
head right down the middle of the road and then swerve off in the last minute.
And hit one of them.
Okay.
Well, my thought is
That's the plan?
Yeah, I don't want to. I mean, if I'm going to have to run someone over, I'm tempted to go through that thinner spot and kind of.
Come on,
Yeah.
come on, Mark. Give me some arrows.
that's
I
gonna be
want to
there.
see it.
I'm going to go that way because it looks like I can fit.
Oh, you can't. No, that's
The thing
there's
is-
a rail.
If they see us pull over to one side of the road, they might reverse the bus to block that path. So if we go down the middle and then swerve in the last minute gives them less time to react.
That is a bus. It's not going to go chasing after anybody.
Yeah, he's not. They're not chasing. I'm not worried about.
Especially when I shoot up some
Especially
tires.
once the driver got out, I'm actually much more happy about that because I was worried that they'd leave a driver in and the driver could back the bus up just at the last minute, and, close the gap on us.
You got that the black dotted line there is an actual rail, so you
Okay,
can't go
that's a
through it.
rail. All right, so then it's gonna have to be sure. You know what? I'm not even gonna go straight down them because I don't trust that they didn't put down some spike strips or something. So I'm gonna go that way.
You didn't see anything,
right? I don't trust that they didn't.
Yeah.
But if I were them, I'd put it right there, thinking that I was gonna come right through the middle of them.
That's true.
So I'm gonna go. That's my gap where I'm pointing.
Okay, so you're planning on you're probably gonna hit the dumpster.
Well, it looks like I got a little space. It's going to be tight.
It'd be really tight. You probably take a mirror off or something.
Well, if I lose a mirror, I lose a mirror. But I don't want to put myself between them where they might throw something on the road and make my life even worse.
All right, so the guys behind you are going to take a little bit to catch up because they had quite a ways to go to get there. And you see, as you start gunning it, you see those guys start piling out and arraying themselves as you see them. It's clear they have long arms, or at least some of them do. And they look like they're taking up positions. And you are closing very rapidly. So, if you are doing 50 or 60, that means a move of...
Takes us 13 seconds
30.
to get to our top speed.
How long?
13 seconds to get to our top speed.
Okay, and how far would that be? Well, assuming you're 60 miles, you're going to be 30 there, so you're looking at, looks like 3 seconds of travel on the map as you currently see it before you actually hit the gap. So, about 3 rounds. Who's firing? Are you waiting to be fired upon?
Nope, they're very explicit about what their intent is. So I'm going to start laying down. I mean, probably because at the last second, when I need to focus, I'm not going to be shooting anymore. So I'm going to have 2 seconds of fire and then 1 second of concentrated driving to try not wreck us.
Okay, so you're just dumping a few rounds and then getting back to the driving.
I'm full autoing it, so I'm mag dumping in the next 2 rounds. So they'll be suppressing fire.
And I'm basically planning on doing suppressive fire to get these guys to go, oh shit, and go scrambling out of the way.
Yep, and I'm kind of hoping that Sean does the same. I mean, it's like right now is not the time for called shots. It's get their heads down and they can't effectively do anything.
Okay. And the range at which you were going to start shooting?
Right now.
Is that about right, or would you want to start earlier than that?
Well, where we're at right now, because if I have 3 seconds, I'm going to start right now because it gives me 2 full seconds to dump my mag.
Okay.
So
very well. I think what I'm going to do is, let's see, Reese is firing on the guy at the top. Heinlein is covering basically all 3 of those guys, and we'll leave Shane out of this for the time being. So I'll have the 2 of you make a guns roll, and that's basically going to be your intimidation.
Okay.
At our full auto, or
now I would say you're going to have the -2 for firing from a moving vehicle, I believe. Is it 2 or 1? And Reese is going to have. I think it's going to be -1 for Heinlein and -2 for Reese because he's doing 2 things at once.
Yep. Yeah, that sounds about right.
You're
So
also
-2.
firing a long arm with one hand, but you will be
I'm
considered
bracing it
brace.
against stuff.
So, yeah, you got to hang it over the mirror.
No, I'm going right through the drive. I'm shooting it straight through the windshield. I don't need to drop it and lose it.
You're going to hate that later. That spot's going to
You really are.
All right, so I'm
I'm not saying don't do
I
it.
got
I'm
a
just
sling
saying.
on it, so I can't drop it. If it just dangles out the window. So, all right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so with that, I'm not going to do range penalties at this point. You're going to close the range anyway, and I'm considering you're going to be firing until you dump your mag or you reach that area. Rate of fire, maybe?
Yep. And so I'm adding my rate of fire, but dropping my
add the rate
-2,
of fire bonus too.
Okay.
So for me, that evens it all out.
Yeah, probably.
Really? Can I retroactively at least do a Benny thing? How do the Bennies work?
Benny,
in this?
you can use a Benny after the fact.
I don't remember how the Bennies work.
It's just +1.
Success by 0.
All right. Let me see. Where the hell did I put you doofuses?
Okay, I mathed it out. It only takes us 10 seconds to cover that distance. Quarter mile.
Quarter mile. Okay. And what speed are you at the end of it? Guess you said it was over 10 seconds to reach top speed.
Yeah, it's 14 to reach top speed, so
you're getting pretty close there. 60 is actually pretty close. Good guess.
I'm hoping the fact that we have a freaking automatic weapon is going to give them pause.
yeah, just hope that they're just punks.
Okay. So you guys fly at the bus, or beside the bus, and let fly with a mad minute. And as soon as you do, they fire off a couple of shots, and they basically all go diving because they're like, nope.
Yeah, probably it's like we hear the pop, 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 then it's like do 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 do.
Oh, you could
You
have got
bitches
the
are lucky
7.6
with. Yeah, you
could have the 7.62 version of the Minimin.
I didn't see it.
That may not be in the books, but I know they have one. Okay, so they go all flying off to one side. They're not doing that shit. They're not ready for that. And so, I'm gonna
If I get to a decision point and that gap looks clear of anything on the road, I'll go through it. If it doesn't, then I'm going against the rail.
If you are not going to stop, you're going to have to avoid hitting the bandit at the bottom who is trying to dive over the rail. So I'm going to have you make a driving roll to avoid hitting him, unless you don't.
I don't. If I hit him,
you're not gonna. Yeah, but you're not actively gonna try.
I'm not gonna try to, but I'm going through. I'm not.
If you're gonna try not to hit him, make a roll.
I'm not trying to. I'm not gonna make the roll. It's his dumb butt that decided to put himself in front of me and my people.
Wonder how much damage it can do to your headlight.
Oh no, my headlight's
out. Something also to keep in mind, Daniel. Once we are past, once we're on this side, John is planning on wheeling around and engaging the bus. like with
hang
the tires and stuff like that.
Hang the biped over the tailgate.
Yeah, and just like lay waste to the frickin' tires and crap like that. So it's like,
Put rounds into the
chase
engines.
now.
Well, that didn't go like they planned. Although, to be fair, you honestly probably somewhat impressed that they tried something tactical, and saddened at the same time by the state of things that now we're doing this Mad Max shit.
It's like, already?
I pass a 20 spot back to Jules.
Told you.
Or Robert. Good luck.
When you look across to Damien, because he's been riding really fast and the wind's through his hair, he's now got a mohawk.
Uh-huh. Is he going to
Took a
stop and
moment
grab
to
one of their masks? Okay, well. You survived that. I should actually roll to see if they hit you. Not that the chances are pretty good. Because that wouldn't be any fun if I didn't at least try. We'll go with
The chances are going to be really bad.
So I'll give them rate of fire with a little extra because there are a couple of them. And we're just going to shoot at the vehicle. Holy crap. Yeah, no, range. Yeah. There was some snaps coming close by, but they didn't hit anybody.
Except Robert.
It was a little
shot
scary.
him in the head.
They did not shoot Robert.
You sure?
You're not getting off that easy. All right. Well, you survived that. Okay. So you continue on. And you reach Shoshone. Again, there's not
a lot of
damn
cars
thing
out
there. Yeah, they're all stranded. They don't work. You
We need to let people know that that bridge is not necessarily safe.
Yes, we absolutely do.
Yeah, that was only like a few miles away from here, so that's the only way they can get away with that sort of thing is the fact that this Shoshone is really low pop, and they probably don't have that many cops. What was it? 650? Yeah.
Well, still need to pass it on to them, so maybe they
So
can
you
send
tell
some
them.
hunters out there.
And so they will thank you for the information and probably
Their bus
try to
isn't
arrange
going
something.
anywhere for a while. It'll be easier to track them because if they drive with the bus, it's going to be.
They're also looking at the guys with the machine gun. Oh wait, or do you put that under the tarp before you start talking to people? That's probably worth working out an SOP about the guns.
Depends on how. Right now, we're probably going to hide them, but the further along the bad shit happens, the less and less we're going to be hiding them, and then it's going to be like, so I'm noticing you're wearing a grenade vest with 20 203 rounds, and you appear to put a 203 on a saw. I'm like, yep.
I guess that's just an armorer's role.
Small arms,
yeah.
Armory.
You could potentially do it. I think you could mount it on a P-rail. I think they make those for the 249. But don't quote me on that. So yeah, you stop by the cops, you tell them there's problems out there, they thank you, you move on. Once again, you pass through the Wind River Canyon,
pretty.
which you didn't get to see previously because I forgot it was there.
That is really cool. I kind of want to drive around there for a while now.
I know, right?
But you don't like driving.
if those idiots were smart, they would have done it and blocked one of the tunnels.
Well, that's a thing. And,
that's totally.
they probably lived through it, which means that they may learn from that mistake.
Yeah, but see, the next time is we're going to be coming through there, and they're going to be like setting it up. And one of them is going to have a scope and see who it is, and go, nope, let them just let them go by, guys. Why? Look, now they have more machine guns.
Actually, I need to know what time it is. So
It is 8:38.
Not literally. From there to crap, I already passed up Shoshone. Yeah, we'll look at Shoshone. That is 3 hours, 185 miles to Shoshone. All right, so that means you are getting to 5 or so, 5:30. So you've got about 3 more hours before sundown. So that's not too bad.
So I wonder who in the group is the more surprised at how quickly everything went to crap.
I've got studs in my face. No? Seems normal to me.
What?
Yeah. We gotta like look back. Wait, when did he die? You shave his hair.
He's Australian.
As I'm
Where did he
shaking
get
a can of silver paint.
Where did he get
Yeah.
the spiked collar?
What are you guys talking about?
Okay, so well, let me figure out.
And the ATV has a couple of lances sticking out the front.
Let's see, that is going to be another almost 3 hours. Yeah. So, yeah, looks like if you don't stop too much, you could actually hit Buffalo right around nightfall, if not before. Just barely. So, you guys are doing some mental math, and figure you may be able to beat sundown back to Buffalo. But yeah, your ass hurts. You guys been the seats in this truck have not conformed to your butts yet.
I don't know. We might stop like here and stretch and stuff because it's scenic.
Well, I mean, you can stop anywhere you want to, for as long as you want to. You're not on any particular schedule here. Just whether or not you want to try to hit Buffalo by nightfall.
Just thinking, those punks, once we drove past them, we should have stopped and then turned around. Because then they would have gone, shit, they're coming back.
And then get out of the truck and laugh at them.
And then take all their shit.
I probably should have actually made some additional engage rolls, because I could see John actually, after ripping apart the bus or blowing out the tires, some of the tires on the bus, trying to shoot some of them, but
the wheels on that bus don't go quite as round and round as they used to.
Nope. And he's not familiar enough with buses to know where the gasoline tank was, so he probably didn't hit it
either.
Well, putting rounds into an engine isn't going to make an engine run very well.
Well, it would have been a hard angle to hit the engine from
Yeah.
like the way we were engaging, and taking out the tires is gonna mess that thing up. Just taking out one of the tires, because then it's like ugh.
Calling him an engine is not politically correct.
Oh my goodness.
Rocks fall, Daniel dies.
We need a new GM now.
So Shoshone is about 30 minutes out of Thermopolis, so you got you got a nice scenic drive, and right about the end of that canyon, you're arriving in Thermopolis. A reminder, Thermopolis is where you dropped off the guy that you rescued from the baseball creatures.
Right, we're going to be expecting to be attacked by the graboids.
As you round the hill, you see that the town is not on fire, like you might have expected. And otherwise is more or less as you left it. Are we doing anything in Thermopolis?
Letting them know about the lunatics in the bus.
Passing the word on. Your new job. Probably just double the time it takes to get anywhere, so you can stop everywhere and tell everybody your story.
We literally are the Pony Express. We might as well start collecting people's mail.
We're the postmen.
I know you could actually start collecting mail. I mean, honestly, some guy's driving through town like this, and you have mail you need to get to somebody, and it's like, well, it's not going anywhere if somebody doesn't take it, so might as well.
I don't want to be held to federal standards, though.
Well, that's not hard, is it? Picking it up to start with, that's already going above and beyond.
Okay, so, but you guys are you stopping and doing anything in Thermopolis?
Negative.
Okay.
Maybe while we're letting these people know, check in about that guy.
Other than to stop by the nearest constabulary and let them know that there are bandits on the road.
Already.
That attempted to waylay you but failed.
Ooh. Would it be conceivable that we grabbed a couple of those food barrel, buckets for trade purposes?
I'm gonna presume you did things like that, yes.
Got a big old box of MREs. Multiple boxes of MREs.
It would be sensible.
A bucket of bees.
So you continue on. And it is out this way. It is standard mountainous, hilly Wyoming territory. It's interesting, I guess.
Alright, so this is new road for us, so we will be stopping and siphoning.
This is new road. Now, as you had hit the Grand Teton going through Yellowstone, you had noticed that you started finding fewer and fewer vehicles that had anything to take. So clearly some people were starting to branch out and scavenge. So you're probably not expecting a lot at this point, but you're probably going to stop anyway and check. That does mean it is going to take way longer to get where you're going.
Well,
so
we could probably see straight up
somewhere.
If someone siphoned a gas tank, then it's not like they're going to put the gas cap back on.
That's true. You can make an assumption there. All right. Well, it is as I described. Then you see a lot of gas tanks open on the vehicles that you do see. Although the roads out here are not as well traveled. But actually, Chandler's going to be pretty familiar with this road too. He's probably had to use it going out to Cody, or at least coming up here. So you probably got another 30 minutes to hit Warland, which is the next big actual city. It's got a population like 5,500. Between here and there are a handful of unincorporated settlements and populations with 300, 500, something like that. So there's not very densely populated around here. But it's pretty to look at and really hot. And I had trouble finding pictures of some of these places, so I don't have them.
No, if you've had trouble finding them, that would indicate that you did find them. It was just difficult.
I had trouble finding them and failed to do so.
Okay, that's a little bit more clear.
But Warland, although smaller than Cody or Riverton or Jackson by about half, it is at least a city. And so you will be stopping there, I guess, to spread the news, as has been usual up to this point.
Yes, sir.
John
Collect the
is
mail.
totally, completely bored with this stopping crap. And it's just like,
Uh-huh.
let's move on and get on with it.
Well, the sun is getting low.
Oh, it also gives us a chance to, stretch our legs and take a leak.
Former infantry ranger guy here. He's accustomed to being bored and
Okay,
learning to sleep.
Your kid a chance to stretch his
Oh,
legs
yeah.
and go pee.
You are tired of him. He is whining today.
Well, why do you think I'm in the back of the truck? Okay, other than providing cover.
I thought they told you to get in the back of the truck so you didn't throw Robert out.
That, and we're always afraid that something bad's going to happen around me.
You, actually, everybody that's inside the cab is now sick to death of hearing Robert talk about him working at the feed store and how this or that person doesn't treat him right.
That's probably why Damien has turned Robert into a hood ornament.
How did you do that?
I
He was in the
helped.
truck.
It was one of the times when we stopped.
Yeah, he's got like a long pole. He's got a chain to it.
Right. He's a polecat now.
Yeah.
But on
All right.
an
All right,
ATV.
make yourself useful. All right, well, as I said, Chandler knows this particular stretch of road between Warland and Ten Sleep, which is the next settlement between here and Buffalo. Ten Sleep is really small. It's like kind of a touristy thing because it's right there at the. I think it's right inside the Bighorn National Forest. And Chandler has a lot of experience with Bighorn National Forest. But between here and there is nothing but rock and scrub. And if you're the kind of guy that likes driving motorcycles out in the middle of nowhere, then it's probably heaven. Except it's really hot.
Well, Chandler's
Kinda
probably
hard to
driven
read.
past this place many occasions going, I'm going to go riding there. That's a good place to ride. I'm going to go there next week.
That's true.
Probably have.
Yeah, he probably does that. All right, well, at any rate, what's not normal is smoke up ahead.
On the horizon. Fire in the sky.
It's not like heavy smoke, like it's something that's on fire, more like smoldering of something that has been on fire. And as you start closing, you're going over the hills, what you end up seeing in the distance is what appears to be a plane crash.
Oh.
Except it crashed 20 years ago.
Shush! The second thing you noticed is that that's a really old airplane. In fact, that's probably from World War II. But you've never seen that crash before, so you know it wasn't there before.
Hey, there's a plane over there.
And yeah, so there's a crash plane.
So should we check out the plane?
I think we're just going to have to get used to seeing bad stuff. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on.
That's a really old plane, though.
Is it a really old plane?
That's
Yeah.
what
Or
it
is
said.
it look?
It's a C-47.
Oh, well.
But
Hold on.
as you're thinking about that, you're going, well, yeah, all the World War II aircraft are probably still going to work.
Yeah, but that's a crashed one. And hold on.
It
Let me see if I'm
obviously ran
curious.
into a problem. That's true. There are curious people in this group.
Gotta make sure if I.
Oh, right, yeah. I'm like, eh.
Is
Oh,
Jules gonna
Reese could not
insist?
stop.
What about Jules? Ethan?
Jules is asleep.
Isn't Damien also curious?
He's choosing to fail.
All
gonna
right.
say,
Yeah, you're like,
Like,
hey,
yeah,
look
like
at
I
that.
said,
And,
yeah.
and you just see the
Yeah.
ATV
You see the
cut
ATV
off.
peel off.
Yeah, and so it's like, all right, I'll do it too. It's like,
Well, we probably don't want to go onto the road with the truck, just in case. I mean, off the road.
Yeah, actually, I'm not entirely sure what the surrounding
gives the dog a
area
chance
looks
to,
like
to
here. Let me.
run around for a bit.
So is it in that state, or is it like destroyed, burnt, and nothing but
It is
molten?
It is more recent. Like it crashed. It's recent. It has been burning. It is not. Let me see. Well, how would you know how long it's been out there?
Mechanic, maybe?
Well, I mean the state of it, because that plane is mostly intact, but a plane that's crashed and burned is just like to the ground.
I think the state of it is probably correct. However, the engines are on fire.
So it may still have fuel
at this point. So it has. It may still have some fuel in it, which means it could explode.
Which writer do we have for this episode? Or producer?
Well, nothing's blown up yet. I'm looking at the terrain in the area, and yeah, definitely you don't want to drive that truck off there. Not with a 50-gallon drum of fuel in the back. But yeah, other than hills, there's not a whole lot out here. No trees or anything. Just scrub and hills.
This plane has a nose and mouth and eyes.
It does kind of. All right, so you guys are actually approaching the aircraft?
Some of us sounds like, yeah.
So Damien's going to get there first, obviously, in the ATV. He's just going to peel off and not even say anything. Everybody else is going to stop the truck. Who's staying, who's going?
Given previous experiences, Damien's going to look around for like pods and stuffs.
I am actually staying on the truck, but I am standing and basically using the roof as a potential brace.
So you're covering.
I am covering.
Who else is going out?
I think Robert's going to go out, and then I'm going to have to shoot him to save us all.
I'll stay next to the truck and watch and kind of throw the ball for Woola and keep an eye on the road for anything.
James really wants to go out there and see it.
Not yet. Wait
Anybody
until we
else?
see whether Damien comes running back, with a scream.
And a face hugger.
Has Ethan fallen asleep?
Nope, I'm here.
Staying or going?
Never hear you.
No, I'm going for sure.
Okay. He's walking out. I guess you can yell at Damien, have him stop and catch you so he can drive over there instead of walking the whole way.
No, make him walk.
All right, so it is still a crash plane, and you guys are poking around when
You get attacked.
let's see, everybody make a perception check, and we'll just do it that way.
I'm gonna probably fail it because my perception is blah. That's what I should have done.
You are very focused.
Oh wow!
Did my perception actually go?
I didn't see one from you, no.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
There. I'm too busy, watching the street. And
so
every
John,
so often chucking the ball for Willa.
Yeah, you weren't even looking. John is up on the roof of the truck with the saw covering the guys headed out to the airplane, and he's just scanning the horizon a little bit. And he looks off to one side and sees up in the sky something like that.
Oh crap! Got something in the air.
Cut to black. Cue the music. Roll credits.
Those poor cows.
Do we see a herd of cows running on fire?
No, they're getting lifted in the air.
Going boo! All right, cool beans.
We have yet to try playing music to see if our aliens explode.
Well,
that's true. We haven't tried
that's
it.
true. You haven't tried that.
But I'm more afraid that if we play country music, we'll get the GM's head to explode.
Or mine.
It will not make him happy. All right. So, any last minute stuff we need to do? Oh,
Points.
we need bennies. Bennies. Who spent one? Heinlein spent one.
Yeah, I had to because the dice were being mean to me.
All right.
I vote Chandler for being all helpful to the folks, and despite us thinking trying to keep the place to ourselves, being much more charitable with the stuffs.
But that's his traits.
I'm kind of
But you
leaning
played
toward
him up.
Reese myself. I think him doing the cop stuff and doing his due diligence as a police officer.
Yeah, I'd have just left dude. Actually, no, I would have probably said, I don't think this guy's going to make it.
Well, Reese did actually fail his honesty roll for that one.
And he was thinking it.
So he didn't have to be honest.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
No, I'm cool with that.
Damien kind of was the voice of reason too. So
Done. Right now, any other
Jules
stuff?
to get to participate. Wake up, Shirley.
Yeah, good luck with that.
He's a
Hey,
slacker.
he did some stuff.
2 points.
2 points. Got 2 sessions left.
Oh God.
Should get to Buffalo next time, unless you get abducted.
We might get abducted.
You might get abducted.
Maybe these are the good aliens.
That's true. That could be. I can't remember what the UFO thing is in XCOM that you get that replaces the Sky Ranger.
Oh, right. Oh, what the hell was that?
It could be them.
But no, it's not them.
That's too bad.
There are no good aliens. They're gonna
Hey.
I'm sorry,
they're
we're
gonna
gonna have to.
kidnap you and drop you in Antarctica.
If there's no good aliens, we're gonna have to take out John.
Yeah, that's right.
And James.
Well,
Think
they're
it
only
through.
part alien.
All right.
Just shoot them politely. If you're watching this and you have questions, corrections, suggestions, or general hecklings, feel free to leave a comment here or find us on Discord. Thank you for watching. Olympus out.
Good night, stream.
Peace out, bros.